to make sure we are, and we will get this show on the road.
Tweet going live now.
What'd you end up getting for lunch? You get Panda again?
No, just some pizza.
Cool.
Across the street, some New York style pizza. You know,
I love. I've never got. I know people love the New York pizza. I love the thick crust though. I love that kind of deep dish shit, man.
Oh, I actually do love the New York style pizza.
Yeah, a lot of people do. A lot of people do. Let's see.
Oh, why does audio come through this on my speakers? That's weird.
Are you? Yeah, just let me know. Let me know how it's looking.
There you go. All done now.
Okay, I think we are good to go.
Pop out chat so I can see chat.
Oh shit! It's extra low latency. Ugh. Why are we streaming at extra low latency? Chat, what's up, everybody? Do me a favor. I don't want to have to restart the stream at all. Fuck it. It's less about what you can see and more about what you can hear. For some reason, this is set to extra low latency, which means, I guess the good news is there's very little delay. The bad news is that you're probably not going to get a beautiful picture of me and Gene's beautiful visages. But you know what? That's the way it goes. Mm-hmm. My dear friends, I am talking to the one and only Jean Paul Coton. That's how we say it in France, but in real life, it's Gene Park. Now, how are you, good Sir Gene, with the God of War Ragnarok? Sure.
Yeah. Figured out a show with the best God of War game ever made.
Don't be a fucking whore. Don't be a fucking whore. Ain't nothing wrong with it, I suppose. I mean, a lot of people love it. You know what? Here's what I wonder, real quick, before we get into a very big show today. And sure. Welcome to Friday, you guys. Well, welcome to Friday. I'm not one of these guys that's like, oh, if I can just make it to Friday. You should always have a life that you're not dreading the week you have to live, unless you're working towards getting a better life. But all those people who are like, oh, I'm working for the weekend, I hope you're working towards getting a better job, because nobody needs to live a life that way. Welcome to the show. Welcome to your Friday. So God of War Ragnarok. Fuck, Gene, I'm getting old. What was I going to say about the Ragnarok? I don't even remember. We had a big show, though. We have a very big show. It's good to have all you guys here. I want to let you know that there's a little goal at the top of the screen that I haven't figured out how to make it bigger, but we have a goal for today's stream. It's $323 in super chats. Okay. It's the Halloween host goal. That means this time next week, which is Halloween, Gene will be, I won't spoil it. I'll let Gene deliver the knockout punch here. We'll both be dressed up in Halloween costumes if we make in super chats 323. All the super chats we'll read towards the back end of the show. But Gene, what Halloween costume have you picked to wear next week if we meet this goal?
Yeah, I shall be dressed up as the Japanese schoolgirl protagonist of Silent Hill F, Miss Hinako Shimizu.
There you go. And are you going to have the fox mask? Or are you going to have the?
No, I'm not going to cover my face. I'm not getting. I'm not going to. Destroy my own body for that. I will. I am going to tear off the sleeves, because I feel like
off the sleeve.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like the one sleeve, right? Because I feel like that's what makes the costume iconic. Is that and very just very easy to replicate. I just figured I should just be a Japanese schoolgirl. Love Silent Hill F. But
I have not decided yet what I will be, but if we make our goal and that bar isn't filling for some reason, we'll give it a few minutes, because we did just get a super chat. Most of the super chats we read at the end, but if it doesn't fill up the bar, I'll take the bar off the screen. But it comes in from Lizard. Thank you, buddy. He says it's going to be delightful to listen to this at work. Thanks, Smash JT, for your sacrifice. Yeah, absolutely. But let me tell you how we run the show, and then so we ignore the chat, or I do, because I can't handle distractions until later in the show. Then we'll do all the super chats and stuff. So it's how the show survives. Please keep them coming in. Also, it's how you get to see sexy Gene Park in his schoolgirl outfit, and me in something I haven't decided yet.
Yeah, when I tweeted it, I got a lot of response being like, I want to see this, or I want to see pictures. And it's like, yeah. I think people are actually sexually aroused by it.
Please stop. Please. You're doing it again. You're going the river.
Okay, I kind of had that turned off. I made a whole thing. I'm going to turn off. I had a whole thing where I had a whole new GIF that plays with you in the Fidelio outfit from Eyes Wide Shut when people donate $10 and you take the mask off and say Fidelio, but it's clearly not working. Let me turn off those and I'll just track I'll track it with pencil and paper because that's going to be annoying. It's not going to help anybody with the show. So sorry about that, fellas. We'll figure it out for next week.
That'd be a clever image, though. Yeah, I like that.
Oh, it's great. I'll try to pull it up before, but I have it. Okay, so but we'll be saving these podcasts. I'll read this one because I'm here. Colton Krez says, Last Stand Media podcaster, or if Colin won't have you guys release this on Apple, please. I would love to have this on Colin's network, but Colin is very, very, very busy with so many shows. And again, Gene and I haven't talked to Gene about it, but I would love to be part of that network in that way. But honestly, that's above my pay grade. So whether we put it on Apple or not, it is on YouTube right now on the YouTube Music app, which I know people don't love, but you can listen to it as a podcast there. Okay. But thank you for that very generous super chat, buddy.
Yeah, thank you so much. The schedule is really packed at LSM. I'm not even sure where we would even fit this in unless it was a Sunday, but I know the perfect time to fit it in, honestly, because I will tell you one of the things that I learned from, and I didn't learn a lot, but one of the things I learned from being over on Keemstar's network is the incredible financial value. Not that LSM needs more money. I mean, they're doing great. They're the biggest podcast around, but the financial value of throwing to another show in the same network. Because so when they do their streams, like when Maddie does a stream with Ray Gun and they're doing Battlefield 6, and when their stream ends, they're like, hey, stay tuned. Here comes Gene and Jaffe. Take it to us for the after show.
All that audience rolls over to us, and then we get to talk to those nice people. So there's something there, but I understand they're very busy, and
it's a lot of work.
Colin lives a life of luxury, Gene. Colin can afford to just sort of throw away great opportunities because the money he makes for basically neutering people like Smash JT, which we will talk about today, of course. That I didn't even know that was going on, and then I got a tweet last night from Gene. By the way, Gene, I apologize. I'm just talk over me today. I just took my Ritalin and I feel it kicking in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to have a lot of energy. But there's a lot, Gene, you reached out yesterday and said, hey, we should talk about this. We should talk about this. And you mentioned the debate between Smash JT and Colin. So we will get to that in a couple of minutes, but that thing, give people a brief preview of the bloodbath that it was.
Sure. Well, I'll catch people up on how it even started. It started with an innocuous tweet by Colin, just basically saying how much he likes Ghost of Yote. And kind of, he is a Sony PlayStation fan. That is his bias. I don't think he would argue against that. So he's like celebrating. Oh, a Sony first party studio did 18th place in the Circana charts after only 3 days of release, which is pretty good. That's charting already after only 3 days. That means that's healthy, right?
Yeah, yeah, especially on one console.
On one console, yeah, not even a PC release. This is not an Xbox style thing, and of course, we'll talk about Xbox's simultaneous launches later too. And then Smash JT, who has an agenda against Ghost of Yote because one, the lead actress Erika Ishii is very far left, right, and proudly declares herself as anti-fascist. Not Antifa. Antifa is not a group of people.
She does say she's anti. She does say she's Antifa.
She does say it's anti-Antifa, but like what people don't understand is that Antifa is not an organized organization. They don't have a leader. It's not even like anonymous or anything like that. It's just a philosophy of not liking fascism. Right?
That's right. And isn't that continue, please continue. I have so much to
say. And also number two, one of the I believe an animator, she tweeted that she kind of she didn't really make a joke about Charlie Kirk dying, but she made a joke about how what if the assassin's name was Mario and then there's Luigi who killed that United Healthcare CEO a couple months ago. That of course that killing was celebrated widely too. And of course that animator got fired. And they're still in the credits. I played through the game, and there sure are in the credits, which they should be because they worked hard on the game, right? And so Smash JT quote tweeted him and said, like, oh, how could you believe Circana? You're and kind of implying that I forget exactly the wording, but just kind of clapping, quote unquote, clapping back at Colin, and Colin clapped back and said, if you would like, there's no disputing anything. This is just what the charts are, and then so they started going back and forth on Twitter, and of course, Colin, as you know, is more than eager to hop on other people's shows to kind of like have a debate style kind of thing with them, right? Which is exactly how you and I met when I was gonna quote unquote call you out for how dumb you are with Metroid Dread, and you were like, hop on my show. And of course, I'm kind of the similar personality where I'm not gonna be like, I'm not gonna join your platform. And I was like, no, I'll join your platform, whatever,
Right.
And then look at us now. We're just pals now, right?
We're pals.
Yeah.
We're pals in the Gooniverse now.
Yeah. we're characters in the extended Gooniverse, exactly.
That's right. But I have the Antifa thing up on the screen. I mean, to me, that is so telling or so reflective of how this Smash JT guy really revealed himself to be last night, talking to Colin, is that he's just not a bright guy. And I don't mean that like I'm trying to like jab at him and be like, you're an idiot. I mean, like the fact that he's probably one of those people for which the Antifa argument lands, that the White House is trying to sell, that it's like we've designated it as a terrorist organization. And like you said, it's not a real thing. It's not, it's, everybody should be Antifa if you're an American in terms of what it actually stands for. But, and I don't have, this is like, I got a bunch of clips set aside that we can look at, but this is one where he was talking about, continue. We're going to come back to this one because he really got into the woke stuff, and it was like his agenda laid bare. And I don't know if he was doing it on purpose or he didn't realize that he had been talked into a corner by Colin.
I mean, and then so last night, late last night at around 11 p.m. Eastern time, Colin, who hadn't slept again apparently in over a day, decided to hop on and talk to JT, and it was a show. It was a show. Colin hopped on with the stated intent of trying to educate him on what Circana actually is and how it works as a business. And what JT kept saying was, "Oh, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that." And I can get into my thoughts about what I thought about his arguments later. But
I mean, yes. We're in this topic now, and this is let's get into it. But because the thing is, he really, I mean, it was so hard to determine, Gene, how much of this was him trying not to get boxed into a corner to look bad, and because there's no doubt he looked bad. The only people who don't think he looked bad are people who were just, predisposed to go, he's my guy, and I don't care what he says. He beats Colin because I don't like Colin. But he came off looking not only bad, but it's hard to know how much of this is a reflection of he's just really dumb. Or I don't know. But when Colin was explaining things to him about like Circana, and he's like, but wait, Colin, doesn't Circana have all these caveats? And Colin's like, yeah. And they list them and they make them very clear. And Smash JT was under this impression, or trying to give this impression, and correct me if I'm reading it wrong, that basically Circana is in the pocket. They're trying to just acquiesce to these big companies and say things that they want. And thus there's no transparency. And we as gamers should be outraged. And Colin's like, they do a business. People value the business. They make all of their shit clear about what generates their numbers and what numbers they're blind on. And it's clearly a good enough product that people use it. If somebody came along and invented a better mousetrap, they would. JT was trying to compare it to a more transparent Japan, which was ridiculous. He kept bringing up these figures like, well, you can see in Japan, the physical sales. He had a chart that showed Ghost of Yote significantly dragging behind Ghost of Tsushima in physical sales at the same point. And he's like, see, this is a lie. It's like, no, you moron. Physical sales have not made the lion's share of purchases for a very, very long time. I think it was 5 years ago when they came out and said digital now accounts for 51. It's way more now, but 51% for the first time. And it's like, Colin's like, yeah, because people don't buy digital or they don't track digital in Japan. They just track physical, and people are buying more digital than physical. And Smash was just like, no, it's not transparent. And it's just like, dude, just be a man and accept that it's like, oh, okay, I was wrong. I mean, I like Ghost of Tsushima because of the woman and this and that and the other. But in this case, Colin, you're absolutely right. I mean, that's what I thought. I thought Colin won this discussion easily. But
there's not even a winning or losing. It's just one person is stating a fact, and what the other person is saying, I don't believe that. You know.
Yes.
Also, yeah, going back to your point about the Famitsu retail sales. I mean, he could have also brought up, hey, well, PS5 isn't selling as well in Japan anymore. Japan is still selling well. I'm looking up here that it's sold over 7 million units since last month. Still pretty good. It's falling behind the PS4 by about 1 million or so. So it just shows that the Japan's waning interest in like the PS5 console itself versus anything. And of course, the retail sales were lower. But yeah, it's not even a matter of winning or losing. It's one person saying the sky is blue, and the other person saying, well, what is the sky hiding? And it's like, what are we talking about here? Hello? Uh-oh, did we freeze? Well, you're moving now, but
can you hear me?
I can hear you now. I heard
okay.
that. Kind of a delay right there.
All right. Well, I suppose I
it says only Jaffe
don't know,
froze.
but yeah,
yeah,
it's okay. If you're getting any, tell them to refresh. Just hit refresh on their browser.
Oh, froze again. Everyone's saying refresh, although Jaffe's frozen for me too, so I'm not sure what's going on. It's only me. I got the good internet.
There's sometimes YouTube chugs on Friday afternoons, but all right. Can you hear me all right, Gene?
You kind of sped in at 1,000 words per minute right there as the audio just all filtered in real fast. So I'm not sure.
Okay, how can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Your video is not working for me, but
what are you guys doing on it right now?
I'm calling, but shouldn't it also be bad for you?
Yeah, Gene's saying it's freezing. I'm in the middle of a stream.
Yeah,
I'll see what I can do.
Are we back? You're fine now.
Okay, we'll see what happens. It's yeah. Okay. So what I was going to say though is not the bigger topic then on this a situation about, because Colin laid out to this guy at the end of it. I don't know if that was what Colin really wanted to be there for, but he said, basically this is more about you guys being, anger merchants and conflict merchants. And he went through all of his titles of his videos and he's like, you don't talk about games, you don't play games. And JT, it was great. He was trying to kind of, catch Colin, and he was talking about like Tales of Sinzara or whatever it was called that Smash JT was like, that's a woke game and all this shit. And
apparently he said that he felt like that game was unfairly targeted, which is
he did say that in the last night. Yeah. But Colin was
and to JT's credit, like he does have, I don't want to say give him a hand or whatever like that, but he does have beef with like other adjacent creators who are significantly like more racist or misogynist than he is.
Yeah, so, I suppose so. I mean, the guy put up he retweeted this one guy. I don't remember who it was. Somebody on that far right grifter sphere who was like, we won't rest until all trans ideology is removed from the planet.
Okay, well, yeah, sure. I mean, like he's obviously still there anyways too, right? But yeah.
But regardless of his political views and this, that, and the other, he basically, Colin, he was trying to catch Colin like, well, have you played it? And Colin's like, yeah, I played it. I platinumed it.
Yeah.
And he's like, you guys in this grifter sphere, you guys don't. If you play games, we certainly don't know it. Most of the shit you cover isn't that. And so I guess my question is the bigger conversation really here, whether you're talking about this guy or Grums or any of these people, is the bigger conversation then, because you're right, is the sky blue or what is the sky hiding? It's like there was no argument. Is it more about Colin maybe doing one of the best jobs exposing to the people who are willing to see it, just how full of shit so many of these people are. And do you think anyone's going to pick up on this and go, oh, I thought Smash JT and his ilk were worth listening to, but maybe now not so much? Or do you think the people that are sort of in that community, they're not looking for facts. They're just looking for somebody to validate their anger.
Yeah, no, they're just looking for someone to validate their anger. They're trained. They got TikTok rot brain. They got Facebook algorithm rot brain, where they're just being fed everything that's like reflecting their own worldview, and JT is able to reflect that back to them, and it's validating. You don't feel lonely. There was one Reddit comment in the LSM community, that the Last Name Media subreddit last night, which was very telling. And it was a very good comment. And shout out to them. I did respond to them like, "Wow, this is a great comment. I'm gonna steal it." The nature of the internet is when you have access to the world, you're gonna find your people.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. And I guess he has, because he's pretty successful in that world, right? I mean, he's not nobody.
The donations were streaming in. He was getting like $100 donations, like $10 donations. Like, it was crazy, you know?
So if you're watching and you're a fan of this guy and you've come in, again, welcome. I don't know you personally. I certainly don't know. I don't ever want to know this guy after what he promoted about the trans community. But if you're, just understand something about certain people. And I will say, based on what I saw last night, my opinion is Smash JT falls into this category. Obviously it's subjective, but my opinion is that if you watched that last night, you can hate Colin, you can hate women in Ghost of Yote, you can still support every single political take this guy has. You can hate the trans community, but please know that at least my opinion, and most people who walked away from watching this opinion, is this guy is either incredibly stupid or he's very smart and you're being played. And he's basically playing a character and telling you what he knows you want to hear in order to get your money. And that's my opinion. It's subjective. Gene, would you agree or disagree, or what would be your take on that?
I would agree with the latter, actually. I think that here's the thing, you know, and like, I love to criticize the media, right? And I know for a 100% fact that some of the loudest people that you see who are talking heads in NBC News or Fox News or whatever like that, they actually don't believe the crazy shit they say. And behind the scenes, they are hobnobbing and drinking and doing coke together and going to the same orgies. I've been to those same fucking parties.
I know you have.
Yeah, I have. Yeah. I mean,
we saw it in the lawsuit, right? We saw it in the lawsuit against Fox News, where Tucker Carlson had emails and DMs revealed saying he thinks Trump is out of his fucking mind. He's a moron. He's bad for America. But he goes on TV and plays the character.
It's all a play. It's all a play for your money, you know? And that's why it's like, okay, you don't trust the media. I totally understand it. I don't really trust the media either. I hate like 90% of the media, you know? I totally get it. You also have to understand that that the content creator space is about as bad or worse, if anything, you know, because there are like 90% of journalists are just doing their jobs and trying to do a good job, right? But so much of like the talking heads out there are drowning out a lot of the smaller people that are doing good work. And
it's like anything. It's like anything else. The more charismatic and well-spoken and magnetic people don't have to be good at the job.
No,
they're good at they're salesmen. The people who are good at the job are probably mild-mannered and they're not really interested in the spotlight. They just want to bring you the facts. And somewhere along the way, they got convinced that people care about the facts. And I don't think people care about the facts for the most part, which is tragic, but here we are.
Yeah. So, you know, all I ask for people is to just either be smarter in who you believe, or if you do want to believe this guy, just understand that it's a show. You know, I actually enjoy watching Alex Jones, you know, because I know Alex Jones. Yeah, because I know Alex Jones actually doesn't believe in any of that. Is he dangerous? Yes, of course.
Yes.
You know, of course. But he's also entertaining, and I can see through the facade. It's crazy, you know.
And that, I mean, it's funny because, and we are going to get to this great article you shared from Harper's about the Gooniverse, and I understand that is. People like, isn't this a game show? Yeah, but it's related, and we're going to stay on JT for a while, and we're going to. I think, Gene, if you will agree, because there's so many people here today about this topic, maybe we open up the phone lines for this topic and the chats for this at this juncture.
Hey,
And then when we get into the things like Halo and the Goonerverse and this amazing AI video that people are shitting on, but I think it's amazing, we'll go back to our normal structure. Does that work for you?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, it's like jazz, baby. You know,
It is jazz. That's right.
Let's improv, baby. Let's do it.
All right. Well, we're going to start improving by bringing our producer Tech Protect on to see if he's got any complaints. And then if you want to call in, whether just with your voice or your voice and camera, you can do that by clicking on the link at the top of the YouTube. It's pinned up there, and you can share your views. And we'll also go to the super chats if we've gotten any about this topic. And if it's not about this topic, we'll save it till later in the show. Okay, here we go. Tech, what's going on? We can't hear you, baby. Nobody can hear you. Nobody can hear you.
Cool background. Brainy,
Yeah.
Brainy cow.
He's back on he's back on the LCU now on Keemstar shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, there
It's
he is.
me. I was not ready to be brought on for the stream. Sorry.
Oh, do you? Oh, I thought you don't need anything. I didn't know if you need anything.
No, I'm managing the background. Make sure the chat's
Okay.
going
All right.
good.
No worries.
You guys are
We'll be here.
solid.
Bye. All right. Let's bring on Kenny Beliza. Kenny, you're on with me and Gene. What's going on? What do you want to talk about?
Kenny, what's going
Hello,
on, baby?
Hey guys, what's going on, man? It's Kenny B is fine because you demolished my last name.
How do you pronounce it? What was that?
There. Can you
That
guys
was
hear me? Is my audio okay?
You kind of popped out there, but that was good the last time. So
Okay, we'll bring the volume up a little bit more. Yeah, so I was listening in on you guys. I watched the debate yesterday with Colin and JT, and I'm so elated that he finally called this guy out because I've been trying to get him on my podcast for months. I've
Sure.
contacted JT numerous times. He avoids me like a cheater avoids accountability. So he never answers me, which is fine. You know, it's okay. But this is just what I want to bring to the audience, right? Like, think about the games that he's opined about and always making all these videos about, right? And let's just think about it. He's gone after Forspoken, and I made this comment on my X page as well. He's gone after Forspoken with a black lead. Intergalactic, black lead. AC Shadows, black lead. What's the other one? Star Wars Outlaws, Latina lead. And finally Yote, which I have no reason why. It's a female lead. And like you laid it out very clearly, Gene, that the whole Antifa thing is not like an organization. It's just a mindset, which as Americans, I assume we all agreed, like we're all Antifa. Right?
We should be.
I thought that's what the greatest generation fought for. I thought we're patriots, right? Anyways,
I'm just like, wait, well, so what are you trying to say? Like,
So what did
yes,
you want to
we're all
have him on your show for? What was the point of that? Were you just going to call him to task? Or, I mean, if I had this guy on the show right now at this point, I would ask him point blank, and I would find a respectful way to do it, I guess. But I would say, are you just stupid? Like, do you really not understand? Or are you grifting? And if you're grifting, good for you. You make more money than we do. You have a bigger audience than we do. You know, I wouldn't do it, but you know, if that's how you sleep at night, and again, I don't mean to be judgy like that, but I am, I guess, because I think it's evil. So I don't know. That's what I would ask him. What would you ask him if you had him on your show, Kenny?
Right. It's simple. I apologize if you hear a lot of background noise.
Keep going.
I'm
Keep
slow
going.
at the moment.
yeah, you're good.
So what I wanted to bring up to him is pretty much what you just said. Is like, listen, you're very popular in the space, right? Like when you're bringing this type of content to the ether, like. How is that? Just like Colin brought up, like how does that benefit the community as a whole? Because everything is just negative, especially when you play a game like AC Shadows. I played it. I played like 68 hours of it. It's a pretty long game, so I didn't finish it yet. But I wanted to ask him, like, what's woke about Star Wars Outlaws? What's woke about these games? So when you're continually bringing this type of stuff out into the ether, and then when you go into the comment section of his own X page, you're seeing just racist comment after racist comment.
Of course.
Racist comment.
It's like Gene said, though, you can find anybody, you can find your people online, and maybe his people are racist. Some of them anyway.
I'm just like, For example, at one point in the discussion, I asked him like, "What's wrong with a woman being in the game?"
Yes,
And
Colin
he's just
asked
like,
that.
"Well,
Well,
I don't
I want
know."
to. Your mic is breaking up, so I want to make sure what you're saying is clear. Because yes, there was a great part of the exchange where Colin was basically like laying that out, going, "Okay, forget the sales, forget the fact that we're never going to see eye to eye on Circana. Why do you guys have a problem with there being a woman in the game?" And you would think at least he would have some well-rehearsed bullshit like, well, you see, I'm very much into historical games, and the only, historical this, that, or the other was never a woman except this one and it was just like, well, I like Jin Sakai, and why has it got to be a woman? And have you seen what she tweeted about her wife and all this? And it was so clear that his take was, let's just get rid of all this stuff that is traditionally seen as woke, and there was no nuance to it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fine. He has that
Right.
right. Colin was saying you have a right to hate it because there's a woman in it.
Yeah,
But-
but look, I'm a guy. I like to play as guys in games. I get it. You know. Look, for Assassin's Creed Shadows, I was very disappointed that it had to be a female Japanese lead, because it's like, for me as a massive Assassin's Creed fan and as an Asian, I was like, man, it'd be nice to have the first Asian in Assassin's Creed be a guy. When I saw that, I was like, okay, well, whatever, and I moved on with my day. It's like,
Right,
and then I'll go play
because-
Ghost of Tsushima, which is easy. Like, there's a ton of other games where I can play as Asian guys as ninjas too. That's the thing.
Right. All right, Kenny, listen. One last thing, buddy, hit it.
Yeah, just really quickly, right? When it comes to that point, it's very obvious, right? Like, when it comes to a lot of women leads in games, it's because they're trying to tap into that market.
Yeah.
That's
I don't
all it
even
is,
know.
right?
I don't even know if they're.
Like-
I don't know if that's absolutely the only case. I think, first off,
creative
not
too.
every. I don't agree with what Gene says. Like, I'm a guy, and I prefer to play female characters. I
do too. But
I'm playing.
sometimes I prefer to play as
right
a guy.
now, and I don't mean to say this like I'm like, oh, I'm so fucking horny all the time. But it's kind of cool to see a woman in a fixed camera horror game again, that when she runs, her boobs are bouncing as she runs down the hall with a shotgun. Right? I enjoy that, and I don't have a problem identifying with any character. Maybe I'm not like, I'm playing Stellar Blade or whatever her name is. I don't think it's Stellar Blade. It's
Eve.
Hey, Stellar Blade. We're using our superhero names.
Yeah.
But I'm playing Eve, and it's like, I'm not going, I can't do this.
Yeah.
I can't relate to this. I'm
Yeah,
just
exactly.
like this Avatar, then I'm trying to figure out how to swing the fucking light sword. But
Yeah.
anyway, Kenny, thank you so much, buddy. Call back anytime. Always good to talk to you, man.
Appreciate it, Kenny.
All right, you too.
So that- All right, we're gonna bring on Nin and then Real Radic in a second. Let me get some of these super chats. And again, we'll get to the things that are not related to this topic in just a little bit. Big Afro man. Come on, Jaffe. You went to school. Been a member of Cult Calypso for 27 months. Thank you, sir, for that support. He says his chat, meaning Smash JT's, was just as delusional as he was. It was actually scary to see how gullible and ill-informed they were about the industry. Well, that was one of the craziest parts, which is Colin is sitting. Oh, I loved this, where Colin's like, look, I've been in this industry, or in his version of the industry, like as a reporter on the industry, not making games, but he makes games now too. For decades.
He's literally part of the games industry now. Yeah.
Right. For decades. And Smash JT's like, well, I was too. I worked for Sony Online. And it's like, what? And if you look into it, he was like a QA guy.
He was
which
a
is
game,
nothing
he was a
bad.
game master he was a game master for EverQuest, which is basically
right. Nothing in the world is I'm not disparaging that.
Sure.
I'm just saying, it's like, dude, I guarantee you're not the guy that they pull into the meetings when they're going over the Circana data. You're the guy that it's like, hey, how come we're not getting as many people solving quest number 17 on a Sunday? What's going on with that? Oh, well, this guy came in, he pulled his dick out. And I don't fucking know. I'm just saying, you're not the same, Smash JT. So don't fucking pretend you're the fucking same. But yeah, and when Colin's educating him, just don't have an ego about it. Be okay going, oh, I didn't know that. Nothing's wrong with that.
Yeah, it's totally okay to admit, like, hey, I didn't know that. I certainly don't know how Circana works. That's where Colin. I hate that when people call me old guard of the game journalism. I've only been in this shit for 5 years. You didn't even know who the fuck I was like 3 years ago.
No,
Col-
I
so
no, I didn't.
Colin totally outlaps me in that knowledge. I've never worked with Sakana before. I've never actually had the numbers, and Colin has. So I was able to learn something myself.
Right, and when we got the numbers, what I can confirm what Colin is saying is when they were called NPD, we lived and breathed by those numbers. Now, again, the numbers are as good as you can get. They're not going to be perfect. They're never going to be perfect, but none of the numbers are perfect. And if you look at the box office reporting, there's it's an art and a science.
Like SoundScan or Billboard charts
Yes.
or the Nielsen ratings. It's like going to Nielsen ratings. It's like I don't believe it. It's like, okay, that's fine,
But this is but they're open about their fucking format, right? They're open about their process, and they make a lot of money because people trust their process. And Colin was trying to explain that.
I'll give JT the tiniest bit of credit is that he kept asking, don't you think it would be better for more transparency if all these numbers came up?
No.
He's as a journalist, I would love to have all the numbers, right?
I would love it. Yeah.
Yes, all the numbers, right? But that's like me asking, hey, wouldn't it be great if all of us could have free houses?
Right. Well, you have to be Mormon for that, and you have to be dead. But after that, no, you're right.
So
but I don't want to let that go, because what you said is the way he phrased it was part of his grift or part of his idiocy. I don't know which one, where it was like he was trying to like piggyback onto transparency is always good. So shouldn't we be furious that there's no transparency? And it's like, and Colin was like, it's business craft, man. It's like you expect KFC to tell you how they make their chicken in terms of the secret recipe. They're not going to tell you what they don't want to tell you unless they have a responsibility in an earnings call.
That's the freedom that the American economy offers to businesses. That's why PlayStation doesn't have to isn't forced by the government to say how many fucking units of Ghost of Yotei sold in 3 days. Fucking tell me now. Trump can't do that because that is the great American economy.
But they are forced to reveal earnings as a public company.
As a public company, of course. Yeah.
But so the level of granularity is up to them to a degree, I assume. I don't think there
are levers and mechanics in place in how the markets work, and the free market allows for Sakana to be able to have this business that scrapes data, reliable data directly from publishers and retailers, and then analyze that and then sell it back to businesses. They're a B2B a corporation. That's what they are.
Yeah. And I will tell you, we had our own internal data for first party games. I knew they were tied to my bonus, and maybe at first a lot of people didn't, but every Thursday they came in and I was obsessed with like, let me see the numbers. How did Twisted Metal 2 do this week? How did we do better than the second week for 12 than the first week? That shit is gold. And Circana, what I will say, NPD at the time, they were close enough to earn my believe those guys. Yeah. It wasn't like we're selling 400,000 this week and they are claiming we sold 60,000. It was close enough to go, why would you doubt these people? Yeah. But the bigger thing though is when Smash is going, we need the transparency. No, you don't. It would be nice. It would be fun. I'd like to know who fucked who on the set of The Matrix. I'd like to know a lot of things, Smash, but I'd like to know, do you cry at night because you don't have a pot to piss in your lawsuit against Alyssa Mercante?
Yeah.
But, please, for the love of God, Alyssa Mercante, I hope your lawyer watched that. And I hope if your thing goes to trial, put his ass on the stand. The jury, the only way you'll lose that trial is if they feel sorry for him, because it's like, you put Simple Jack on the stand. You can't do that. That's mean, right? That would be the thing. Let's bring in our buddy Radic, and then we'll bring on Nen.
Radic, what's up, man?
Hello, Radic. You're on with me and Gene.
Guys?
I saw what you were holding up, you son of a bitch. I got to go to Walmart.
Absolutely.
Hey.
Love it.
Beautiful.
Love it.
Nice.
Beautiful.
I got my eye on those popsicle melts is what I'm excited for.
Yeah, I need to get those too. And another thing I want to show off, the Evelyn.
There you go, from the TV series.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, we're going to stay on this topic for now, though, because we want to keep rolling on the Smash and Colin boxing match from last night.
Yeah,
What'd you think?
My question is and I mean this in the nicest way possible, but you guys lived a longer life, right? You guys have lots of life, lots of experience. I was born in pretty much, yeah. I was born in 1998, right? So my view of the early internet culture is very childlike. I view it very fondly. And with the rise of like internet grifting culture and like journalist sites using AI to write their articles, do you guys like miss the early internet media coverage? Like, do you think it's gotten way worse?
It's gotten way worse, man. I'm sorry. Absolutely. Like objectively worse. The internet is worse. Google works less. Websites are uglier. There's so much ads. Social media. Like, dude, I loved Facebook. Facebook was my jam. Dude, I used to be so obsessed with Facebook. It was embarrassing how much of a mark for Facebook I was because I enjoyed the platform. Now I don't even use it at all because I don't recognize the platform. It's all AI slop. All I see is Paul McCartney playing for kids dying of cancer in AI or whatever like that. Like it's absolute insanity. There's nothing that makes sense there. It's just trash. It's crazy.
I came up. I'm going to show you my screen real quick. I have a tab here called Classic Web, and it's as good as I can get. Right? It's because even though I know Harry Knowles ended up being kind of a creep and stuff at Ain't It Cool News and stuff, but I do miss those days. And I even miss days of just like straight up good old fashioned websites, that's not just like, so I'll go and I'm not saying this feels like Ain't It Cool back in the day, but it is as close as I can get. IO9, comicbook.com, comic book resources. I love this one, this publisher's website that's just this is so 2010. But I love it because it makes me feel like the simpler times of the internet. So yes, to answer your question, I do very much miss that stuff. It was great.
Yeah, people in the chat are mentioning MySpace. Fun fact, I actually know MySpace Tom Anderson, everyone's first friend on MySpace. And
is he the CEO or he just happened to be the first guy on MySpace?
No, he owned MySpace. He created MySpace and he sold it off to Fox and Justin Timberlake, right? And so he lives in Hawaii. So I actually got to hang out with him for a bit. So I always ask him, like, Tom, do you ever regret selling MySpace? And he was like, do you see like what Mark Zuckerberg and like all these other fuckers are like going through? No, man. Like all he does right now is travel around the world as a billionaire, taking photos of beautiful women in bikinis under waterfalls. Go check out his Instagram. That's all that shit is. All he's doing is just fucking hanging out with beautiful women and hanging out in beautiful places. And he doesn't have to deal with any of that shit because he saw Tila Tequila become a Nazi on MySpace and he was like, fuck that, I'm out of here.
Right. When you say you hung out with him, did you go to his house?
I watched X-Men Days of Apocalypse with him together.
Where?
In Hawaii.
No, where was the physical location?
At the theater. We went to the
theater. You haven't been to his house then?
No, I haven't been to his house.
I just wanted to know if he did the thing when you walked into his house, but never mind.
He was like,
wait, so
no, it would be like, hey, welcome to MySpace.
Oh yeah, oh hey,
Come on, it's Friday.
So Jaffe, I'm just curious, like, did you ever have to deal with like grifting, anything resembling grifting culture back in your PlayStation media days, or like when you had to talk to the media at all, or nothing similar like that as it is now?
Not really. I mean, I was still in the business and the creative part of making games when Gamergate was coming up. And so I would get asked questions.
Oh, that would be like Drawn to Death era, right?
Yeah. And I would get asked questions about Gamergate and I would answer them truthfully. And that it wasn't a mistake. I don't regret it. But, Gamergate and the press at the time, and still to some extent, don't do nuance. And so I would go, it was the same thing about, I guess, Antifa. I'm like, Gamergate's not really real. They don't have a headquarters. They don't have a CEO. They don't have a manifesto. They don't have a list of politicians they're trying to get, it's a loosely knit group of people that will, sometimes they're Gamergate, sometimes they're not, and so I'd say, look, there are parts of Gamergate that say we want responsibility in journalism and we want everybody to be treated fairly in who make and play games. I'm like, well, yeah, of course. Do I agree with that? Sure. Then I'm Gamergate. And that was all that was printed. So sure, I'm Gamergate, so I just kind of realized very quickly that it's like, but that was it though. It was never, we didn't really have that. And, I don't know. I don't think I would be very good at handling it. I probably would now because I've mellowed, but Sony's very strict. And one of the things Colin has been complaining about, he mentioned it a good amount last night on the Smash JT thing, was Sony doesn't talk to people anymore. They don't reach out anymore. They don't do the PSX stuff or any of that. But in many ways, it kind of makes sense, right? Because when you have that kind of money at stake and you have that much responsibility to all these people's jobs, and there is a very lucrative business out there to basically take your message and twist it and turn it and make you look bad. And some other media, bigger media, will then take that and run a piece on that. And you can have your entire quarter fucked because of it. It's probably the only real smart play for someone like Sony. So I would say these days, I probably wouldn't get the opportunity if I worked at Sony to push back on these people. But, you know, I didn't like, honestly, that they fired that person who said what they said on Ghost of Yote, because I was just kind of like, look, I'm trying to remember. She said something like, "What was Gene? You were mentioning it." She was.
She said, if his name was Mario, at least Luigi knows he's someone's got his back or something like that.
It was a dumb joke. First off, it wasn't like she was like "fuck the right" and kill Charlie Kirk. It wasn't.
It's not like she said, "Oh, I'm so glad he's dead" or something like that.
Right.
It was some distance or whatever like that. And look, as somebody who does work in an organization where I would get fired if I said something like that, I would get fired if I looked at Biden or Trump and says, "Wow, what a guy." You know,
well, but you're a journalist,
obviously. But then, like, private or enterprises do have, the ability to do that. You know,
they do. Yeah, I just thought it was cowardly. I think Sony should have been like, you know what?
Sure.
Was it a dumb joke? Probably. But just like that, Gina Carano did a either dumb joke or just uneducated stance on the Holocaust, and she got fired. I didn't think she should have gotten fired. I would have liked to have seen Sucker Punch go, you know what? Back the fuck off. It was a dumb joke. We've talked to her about it. We don't think it's a good idea. And there's a lot of people that are sad over Charlie Kirk's death, but she wasn't saying it was a funny, good thing. And shut the fuck up. But they didn't do that.
It is funny that Chris Reagan made his own joke about thoughts and prayers, and then a lot of our audience wanted to cancel Chris, and Colin was like, "There's no
ridiculous.
question. I'm keeping Chris."
Right. So that was like the most tame joke I've seen.
It's so stupid.
That whole day.
Yeah.
No, the most tame joke I've seen is peace and quiet. But that's a different story.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Radic. Good to see you. But what were you gonna say, Gene?
It is funny to think that Colin is officially more woke on paper than Sucker Punch Productions, technically.
Yeah.
Because he didn't fire the person, but Sucker Punch did. You know.
Yeah, it's absolutely true. All right, see you, bud.
Thanks, buddy. Good to see you, buddy.
All right, we're going to bring on Nin, and then I'll get to some super chats, and Gene and I will keep talking. Nin, what's going on with Jaffe and Gene?
Hey, Jaffe, Gene. How are you guys doing, by the way?
Good. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. You guys can hear me loud and clear, right?
Loud and clear. I just had a pizza, so I'm good to go, man.
All right. So I had a question in regards to the topic before where you guys were talking about Colin and Smash JT. And you guys were talking about how like these people or grifters, some of them have to know what they're doing, like there's no way they believe the things they're saying. Now, do you guys think that the people, their audience, are kind of the same similarly, where there's like they see someone like JT get dismantled by Colin and the evidence is like right in front of them?
I'm sorry, it's gonna drive me crazy. I have ADD. It's Colin.
Colin. Sorry,
it's not Colin. And I wouldn't have even said anything, but calling somebody's name Colin is just too funny to not address. That's not your fault. It's my ADD. Keep going.
But do you think some of these people that watch their content and whatnot, do they have to know that they themselves are lying to themselves in a way? Because there's like
I
no
think some, but
there's just no way someone could be that gullible, right? Or
there is.
Look, I have known some really, really stupid fucking people. Really, really stupid fucking people. You won't believe. And so that's why that doesn't surprise me, because I have, I don't come from an Ivy League background. I didn't graduate at Harvard or Northwestern. Like fucking even Colin went to a better school than I did, right? I went to a public state school, and I'm from Guam, where there's a lot of fucking stupid people out there. I have my own classmates asking me like whether Obama was going to take over Texas. And he was like serious. He was like serious, like Gene, you're smart. Like, is it true that Obama's gonna like bring the National Guard and take over like all of Texas? Because I live in Texas, bro. And I was like, no, that's literally not happening at all, man.
The worst place for Obama to try to take over.
Yeah,
anyway,
you would probably lose. They would probably lose, man. I wouldn't want to fuck with Texas. Don't mess with Texas. Exactly.
Yeah.
So yes, I completely believe that there are people that stupid.
Yeah, and I also believe there are people who hate watch, and there are people that watch just for entertainment, and they know it's all shtick if it is. But here's what I do want to. The one thing Colin said that I absolutely agree with, but it's just important for me to say this part about it. When he was laying into Smash about all of your stuff is this kind of rage bait, and it's farming anger, and this is your audience, and you know, you should be better, and this, that, and the other. I get it. And I don't disagree at a, you know, all things being equal level, but all things are not equal, right? It's, and I'm not saying Colin would do any different. And I think most people would like to think no matter what we have in our bank accounts, we would be the same people, but I don't find that to be a realistic expectation in the current world in which we live. And so if you're Smash JT and he's like, you know, look, I can tell you, when I put videos up, like I put a video up that was like, it took me 2 weeks to make. I love Silent Hill F. I spent a lot of time editing it and researching it and playing it. And it's one of my favorite videos I've ever put up. And it's gotten like 2,000 people watching it. And then I put out an equally good, in my opinion, video about Twisted Metal, and it's like 40,000 views in the same amount of time. And so if you are going, look, I can pay my rent, I can feed my family with this grift. I'm not saying that the noble person in him should rise above and say, no, this isn't good, although that's what we would like to see. But, you know, Colin has been very talented, very experienced, and also very fortunate. And I think he would admit these things. And he's got the #1 PlayStation podcast probably in the world. And so he can afford to do a deep dive into why Mega Man 7 dropped the ball compared to Mega Man 4 or whatever. And he'll have enough people to watch it that the lights will stay on and he can pay his people. And that's not to take anything away from Colin, because he's gotten there by being really good and really consistent and really dedicated and smart. But at the same time, though, I do push back a little bit on the idea that, you know, I always end up kind of with the whole, tragically, we're only as noble in this society as our bank accounts let us be. And so I do understand the desire or the need to chase after whoever's showing up to feed you. But it is shitty, and it's created a really shitty environment. That's for fucking sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. Yeah. Thanks, buddy.
No, yeah. You guys have a good one.
All right, you too.
Fun, man.
All right, so if you want to call in and talk to Good Sir Gene Park and Good Sir me, that's not a problem. You can click on the little thing at the top of the YouTube chat. And in the meantime, let me get a few super chats, and then Gene and I will keep talking about the news of the day. We'll talk a little more about JT. We're going to get into the Halo announcement. We're going to get into this weird AI video that's caused a bunch of gamers to get upset. And we're going to talk about this Goon article. But first, let's see what's going on in the chat. If it's the super chats and they're related to the Smash topic, we'll get them. If not, we'll get them at the end of the show. Okay. Tech Protect, thank you. He says Smash JT is actually lower IQ than the average gamer. He might be. All right, let's see. I
will say that, look, as he is fairly successful, so I will give him credit that he's
who is Smash?
Smash, yeah, you know,
absolutely.
He's made a career out of this, you know. So good on him.
Yeah. Carlos says, thank you, buddy. He says, JT Smash did the worst thing possible. He delayed Sacred Symbols episode on a busy day. I hope his favorite game gets remade with a woman of color. I do too. Fuck him. Big Afro Man, thank you. He says, you know, if Circana was telling us Yote sold bad, JT would be using the data for his agenda.
Absolutely.
He's done that before. Of course.
Absolutely.
Of course he would. Of course he would. I'm not seeing Tech. If there are any other super chats I should be getting that are related to this, please let me know. I had a crash and I'm missing them. Sorry, Gene, what's up?
That clip when JT brought up the Matt Piscatello tweet and he brought it up.
Please tell people, because if they didn't see it.
Yeah, don't we have a clip of that? That was clipped on Twitter, but
I can get it if you want.
Yeah, there was a Matt Piscatello tweet where he was basically saying, if you want to believe, you know, the sky is orange or whatever, you know, again, I'm just using my own metaphor, but it sounded deliberately stupid because Matt is making fun of JT. And JT brought it up as if it was a gotcha, and Colin is like, "Oh my god, dude, don't you get it? Like, how are you not getting it?" And JT's like, "No, I think it's a tell that."
Would you like to see the clip?
Sure, yeah. Let's
All right, here's
let's
the
watch
clip.
it. I can only take so much of that video so much. So I didn't want to rewatch the whole thing. That's for goddamn sure. No.
No.
We can watch this again.
Yeah, the clip's a hell of a clip. Make sure Tech that we're not echoing, because I'm going to share the audio for this. All right. Gene, just don't talk during the clip because you'll echo, and I won't talk either. It's just like a 1-minute clip. Here we go.
There's no audio.
There's no audio. Okay, hang on. Great. Hang on. You can actually see Colin's soul leaving his body.
Yeah, he just
when
like
he says this.
He's like, "Are you serious? Like, is this what we're doing right now? Like, that was crazy. That for me, that was the craziest moment. I was like, how do you not see that? That's crazy. And to bring that up as a gotcha, like that's where I start to not give him credit in terms of his intelligence. That was just stupid. That was just stupid.
Tech, tell me about this. Are you guys able to hear this?
On Blue Sky.
There you go.
This is the man we're supposed to trust with facts. He says, never, ever let facts get in the way of believing what you wish were true.
Yeah.
If you believe you can fly, you go ahead and touch the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the guy that you want us to.
You realize it's sarcasm making fun of the people about Coyote, right?
No, I don't care.
You understand that that's what he's doing, is making fun of the people that are making fun of it.
When I read this is supposed to be the gold standard, and this guy says, "Don't let facts get in the way of believing what you wish for true."
He's making fun of you, dude. He's making fun of you. Do you not? Holy shit! Do you not understand that he's making fun of you?
I understand
people
what he's
like
trying to do. This is a self-tell. This is a self-report to me. That's how I read
it.
So, look, and there has to be a word like in debate camp for this that I don't know how to articulate it, because I've argued with people like this before, and as long as they can say something like this guy either thought he was fighting his way out of a corner or he knew he was bullshitting, but his audience bought it. Like, you can't come back from what Colin just told you with anything other than, oh shit, no, I didn't know it was sarcasm.
Yes, and this has nothing to do with being Republican or being Democrat, right or left.
It has to do with being stupid.
That in particular literally has nothing to do with anything political or social political, gender, politics, whatever. That was just a man not understanding what he's reading.
Or having such a desire to read something through a certain lens that it totally warped what he was actually reading. And it's like, dude, or what he was processing.
What he was at least trying to communicate towards, if you want to give him credit and say like that he knows that he was making fun of it and he's just pretending. But it's like, why would you bring that up in the first place? Why would you show it?
He did this all night long, by the way. He would try to fight his way out of a corner, and it was like, dude, you're not saying anything. You're just not. Anyway, this is Venom. Venom, it's Jaffe and Gene. What's up?
It's good, Venom.
Venom, are you there?
Yo, Venom. Venom.
All right, we'll call back if you get it worked out. I'll keep you on the stream, but I'll take you off. Let me know when you're ready, or Tech, let me know when he's ready. All right, let me go back to the super chat, see if we missed anything else. I know we did, because Tech brought up one that was like a $50 super chat. I think it was just like, hey, I want to support you guys. Thank you for that very much. Don't forget, with every super chat you guys donate today, if we get to our $323 goal, and I'll give you a total in about 10 or 15 minutes, maybe Tech can do that. If you can total them up.
Here we go. We got it from.
There we go. There it is. Thank you, Tech. Doing my part. Love the show. Jaffe, will you dress up as Kratos? I will not dress up as Kratos. No one needs to see that. But 23, Gene will dress up as Hinako from Silent Hill F next week on Halloween Day, and I will dress up as a video game character for next week's Friday show. 100%, absolutely. Tech, we're not going to get any super chats right now that don't deal with the topic at hand, though, because I don't want to derail things. But I will get all of them before the show's over. But in the meantime, Tech, if you can track the cost, we can let people know where we're at with our goal and how much more we need to make. We would love your super chats. We would love your memberships. We would love your subscriptions. Whatever you can do to support the show. Tell your friends, tell your parents, get a Ouija board, tell your dead ancestors that we are on live and we want them here with you and us. Okay. Well, that's the JT thing. I don't know. I'm assuming he's streaming right now. Somebody let me know. But my guess would be that I was going to say, well, how does he come back from this? He's not gone anywhere. He doesn't need to come back from this. He's not going to lose one person in his audience. Would you agree over this?
I don't think so. Yeah. I mean, like maybe like one person or two, but I don't know. Like
it won't matter.
Yeah,
so
his community is strong and cemented, and again, shout out to him for doing that.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
And he's the guy who's, again, we'll have to see how the Mercante lawsuit tricks out. But he's the guy who's going up against Mercante, and I'm like, I've had Mercante on the show. I like her a great deal. I didn't know her until she came on the show. She was smart. She seems like an actual person that values journalism.
Yeah, I love her. I love her and respect her. She's cool.
What's the total stream goal that you're looking for?
$323 for Gene to put on the girls' clothes and me to wear something.
323?
Yeah.
All right, we'll do.
All right, thanks, dude. All right, we'll try Venom one more time, then we're going to move on to Halo. Venom, it's Jaffe and Gene. What's up?
Venom.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yo,
yes, what's going on?
I can hear you now.
You sound funny though. Why don't you wait? Say something.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but you sound weird. Why are you talking like that?
I think it's just British.
He's British. All right, what's up, Venom?
Hello. Yes, sorry, I apologize for that.
It's all right. What's going on, buddy?
Okay, so I'm not really aware of this Smash JT geezer, but obviously he, in this environment of the culture wars, the coverage that he does is focused on anti-woke content. All right, and so from what I can gather, that's what the majority of his content is, and he fulfills a need in the market because, to be fair, Jaffe, I like what you do, but you're the polar opposite of what he does. You're two sides of the same coin, is the way I see it.
Did you stop talking, or did you want me to respond to that?
I wanted you to respond to that. Sorry.
Oh, okay, sorry, because your mic's all okay. So I will agree. Well, I don't agree with that, but I will tell you, when it comes to my content on my channel, there have been times where I chased the left, not the grift, but I'm a very progressive guy. I've been progressive my whole life growing up in Alabama, and it's always been part of my personality. It's not something I don't don myself in the cloak of leftist talking points and do my show, and then afterwards I forget about it. I mean, I'm very much that kind of guy, you know? So it's an honest take on what I think about the world, but I will tell you that, you know, there were times, and there have been times, we have talked about pivoting the channel more to do content like that. And we always just kind of come back to games for a variety of reasons. And so I think if you look at my gaming content, which is mostly what this channel is, you will find that it is not really, I may obviously read games through the lens of my political views, but I'm not out here grifting, trying to get you to hate Donald Trump because of something that I played in Keeper. I want you to hate Donald Trump because he's a piece of shit. But I don't need you to hate him because I'm trying to convince you that Keeper is a message about why Donald Trump is a piece of shit. So I would push back a little bit, but I would agree with you that I'm very on the sleeve progressive.
Yeah, I mean, if I can say one thing, I mean, this is your channel, and it can be whatever you want it to be, right? Of course it can be. It's all about that. But from my perspective, from what I see, I've often heard you talk about how you're against the culture wars, but from my perspective, I see you as part of that because you really are one side of the culture wars, and I'm not judging you for that. It's just
I think that's a valid reading. I think you're right. I mean, I look, when somebody says something that I get passionate here, like for example, when Smash JT, I went on his show. And I had a very long conversation with him about my trans son. Or if it wasn't Smash JT, it was one of these guys. And it was like, look, you don't have to agree with this, that, or the other, but I'm trying to at least let you know from someone who has lived it as from a perspective of a father of a trans child. Hopefully you'll come away from that conversation and go, okay, I still don't agree with Jaffe, but he's not this evil boogeyman that we're trying to make him out to be. And that he just goes on, you know, and they're tweeting this awful stuff and they're ignoring everything I said and saying I'm a terrible father. And then Smash JT is tweeting out things like we should, you know, or retweeting somebody saying, let's wipe trans ideology off the face of the planet. And so for me, that wasn't me grifting and being part of the culture wars. That was me expressing a truth on my channel. I'm not trying to make money off that, but I would be a liar if I told you part of my personality was not being very passionate about my views about how I see the world. And if that comes off as culture worry, then it does. But I can't think most of the videos I make are about that.
No, I completely think it's fair that you're going to have you're going to defend your family and have views about that, no problem. Absolutely. Anyway, look, I better leave you to it. But thank you both, Jaffe and Gene.
Yeah.
Thanks,
I appreciate what you're doing. And also, I just want to say, Colin was actually really funny in those clips that I've seen with his.
It was great.
His podcast. He did really good. He just doesn't suffer fools gladly. He
actually does the best, but he's smart enough to suffer them entertainingly. Like when Smash JT at the end said, "Well, I'm glad you came on. This couldn't have been easy for you." And Colin said, "Oh, it was easier than you think." I mean, it was great. All right, Jim. Thanks, buddy. Oh, go ahead, Jim.
Cheers, man. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers. I have to give Colin a lot of credit. He's very well. You know, we know that he's very well spoken, but for him to continuously be that well spoken, even under pressure, and he was sweating. Which I understand. When I was listening, I was sweating too. I was like, "Oh my god, dude!"
No, I think that was, I've done a lot of podcasts with Colin too, and a lot of it's like, "Oh, I just came in from cutting the grass, or I was playing drums." I don't think he was sweating because of the conversation, but he probably should have addressed it because that is what it looked like.
Yeah. Well, he's a sweater. I've been to his wedding. Like he was sweating buckets.
He was okay,
dude. It was hilarious, bro. Like, remember when The Last of Us came out on PC, and every time Joel and Ellie would go into the water and they'd be dripping water, and they would go in the cutscenes and they would still be dripping water, like in the cutscene, like as a bug. That was what Colin looked like at his wedding. Like he was like, he was saying "I do," and like it was just like droplets like falling off of me. It was hilarious.
He had like a scuba tank, and got, Jesus.
He's a sweater.
He's a sweater. Well, maybe it was. Maybe it was. All right, Poncho, you're on with Gene and Jaffe. What's up?
Poncho, what's good? What's good, buddy?
Hey guys, how you doing? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. Good to talk to you, man. First time.
I appreciate this is the second British dude you've had on in a row, so I won't keep you too
long.
Like
the Brits. You guys made Notting Hill and Love Actually.
I know Poncho too. He's been a long time follower. So what's good, mate?
Yeah, what's good, guys? I sort of woke up UK time this morning to just see all of this Colin and Smash JT stuff. So I watched back just Smash JT's show today, and it was just an absolute. Can I swear on this? It was like an absolute fucking dismantling of Smash JT, if I'm honest.
Yes, it was.
But one of these things that's kind of been bugging me for a little while is, whilst these guys are obviously grifters and they're out there doing what they're going to do to make their money, there's seemed to have been this weird like subculture of grifters, if that makes sense, of like people on Twitter that just seem to make their money from blue check marks and stuff, that their whole feed is just retweeting people like Smash JT and those kind of people and be like, I hate these guys, yada yada yada. They just
I think it's important to be using the definition of grifter correctly.
Yeah, okay, but
I kind of want to hear what he says. It's interesting.
Jaffe's right, to be fair. Grifter's probably not the word to use there, but they're like, their whole personality is like they inject themselves into the game space, but their entire talk is just like not the same thing as Smash JT, where it's not actually focusing on the games, it's just focusing on how much they hate these people. And don't get me wrong, I hate these guys as well. They're fucking idiots and they bring nothing constructive to the conversation at all. But it's just like this weird perpetual cycle now of like Smash JT or Ezilk would say something and these guys would just all jump on him, not add anything constructive to the conversation and be like, I hate these guys, which is fair. And then it's just like a constant cycle of like weird, obvious blue check mark engagement baiting of everyone. And I'm just like, how do we step back from this as a whole in terms of like how we talk about games on social media?
We do and we don't, because here's the thing. It's and look, I mean, Tech, our producer for a while, he was, and he wasn't wrong, because we made some good money when I was making videos about in my opinion, the idiots that push back on Dragon Age Veilguard, for example, who hadn't even played it. I liked that game. I had problems with it, but I liked it. It was a good game, in my opinion. But so I would go after, I would make videos about Vera Dark and Asmongold and this, and we did well with them. And I wasn't grifting, because grifting is lying in order to make money. Grifting is literally being disingenuous about what you're saying. I was telling the truth, but I was fully aware that, hey, going down this road in the internet on YouTube will allow me to build an audience. But it just ended up being, I didn't want to do that every single fucking day. Because I am genuine about it, I only get angry about things like that every now and then. And I couldn't wake up every day and find, my job was waking up and looking for who am I going to be mad at today.
Yeah.
And it took me about 2 weeks to go, this is not what I want to do with my life.
Yeah. Can I say something about what Poncho said? Because he's trying to solve the issue of having this perpetual back and forth, right? That you see all over X. I think that's what you're sick of, right, Poncho?
Yeah, absolutely. And like, don't get me wrong, Gene, I've seen you like being unintentionally dragged into this before with like certain Xbox creators like Boomstick and stuff, and they just drag you into it for no reason. And if you don't suddenly side with them, suddenly you're public enemy number one. It's just a really strange way of having conversations about games or media in general at the minute.
I agree. For me, I try my best to not get involved in creator drama. You know, like of course I disagree with many of the creators that say toxic stuff, but like that's not. It's incumbent upon me as a Washington Post journalist to not trade blows all the time like that. You know, I'm trying to be a professional here. Sometimes I fail at that. Oftentimes I fail at that. Right, but I try my best. But to what you said about like the back and forth though, like. with Smash JT in particular, like, because I've been watching Smash JT for a couple of years now, and he's really blown up in the last 2 years after he started doing this whole like social political thing. But then also it continued as people call him out. Like, I don't want to say that he got Streisanded, but like I feel like that that kind of added to effect where he was able to find his combatants, and his combatants games journalists that a lot of people don't like. So you find a villain to make yourself look like the good guy, right? And part of that is that like I feel like that it's hard to ignore an X, but here's my point. When you think Grums is such a huge cancer on the industry, blah blah blah, right? But then when you look outside of Twitter, when you look outside of X, Grums doesn't matter. And he's also, and when you actually look at Kiwi Farms, which is a very, very rancid place on the internet, right? They don't fucking like Grums either. They hate him, and there's a whole thread about him being a lolcow, you know? So I think there's a whole thread about him being a lolcow. They don't respect him. They call him Asian slurs all the time, you know? So it's like, so I think people need to kind of step back and understand, like, okay, this is happening on Twitter. And it's certainly not happening in real life. You know, I went to New York Comic Con. Nobody fucking brought up Grums or Smash JT anywhere, you know? So it's like, I think we all need to kind of learn how to step outside of our little online bubbles and understand that they are bubbles and try to find healthier ways to live and talk to each other.
That's kind of exactly where I'm going. Sorry, Jaffe, go on.
Well, real quick, because I mean, even Colin last night when Smash was bringing up stuff about, you know, if people knew what this Antifa lady said, they wouldn't have bought Ghost. And Colin was like, dude, nobody follows this. You have a very vocal little group of people, but no one knows and cares. Nobody gives a shit.
Nobody fucking cares how many fucking copies Ghost Yote sold, whatever, you know.
Or what the actress who plays a character that they're never going to even know it was an actress. They're like, oh, it's a video game. Yeah. They don't give a shit what her politics are. I mean, unless she's done something really rancid, like hurt kids or something, nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, no, I agree. And it's like, if I use Grums as an example, I guess my point was kind of like, Grums is an idiot, and you look at like 5 years ago, he had no one really. He was just some dude who was failing at making a game. I think if I remember rightly, he blew off pretty massively over one Starfield tweet about how good the menu looked. But it was like people sort of.
It wasn't that. It was about how bad the menu was, and they're lazy.
Sorry, that was the opposite. How bad the menu looked. Yeah. But it's like people kind of put him on this pedestal as some sort of industry boogeyman, and that, if anything, that gained him more like popularity, because it was suddenly like, oh, we're gonna fight back against wokeism by supporting someone as dumb as Grums. And it's like every now and then, not often, and you guys are correct, like Twitter's a bubble, social media's a bubble, but it's like every now and then I'll see some of these conversations bleed into real life. Like I was speaking to my younger sister's like friend when I caught up with them the other day, and he plays a few games, but he's a casual gamer, and he suddenly started talking about like online culture or stuff, and I was like, dude, you're like 17. Do not get wrapped up in this shit, bro.
He's 17. Like, the problem with young kids these days is that they're so online. Sorry.
Exactly. No, you're exactly right though. And I'm just kind of like, realistically, social media is a way that communities engage with each other mainly nowadays. Like whether Twitter's a bubble or not, people will find their communities on social media, whether it's X, Reddit, whatever. And it's like, how do we step back from this kind of weird precipice that I feel we're on?
Well, I do want to talk about that briefly, because you know this is something that maybe an anthropologist is going to be able to, or definitely would be able to articulate better than I'm about to. But one of the challenges, and because it's not that different than like talk shows on TV like Jerry Springer and Morton Downey and all that stuff, where you tune in for the drama, to feel better about yourself in your own life, and you also tune in because it's sort of this lowest common denominator escape. And I think that ended up actually being one of the reasons we have Trump in office in America, which is that the people that are fortunate enough to either have the finances or the education or the opportunities, they can rise above, aspects of life that other people don't currently. And in that, we can look at these people and we belittle them and we make fun of them. And we're like, you should be better. You should be better. And they had had enough of feeling like deplorables by a lot of people on the left. And they finally said, fuck it. We're going to go with this guy who at least seems to be paying attention to us. Right. So I bring this up not to get into politics, but when you say, how do we step back from this? I think we have to understand why this is so appealing for so many people. In my opinion, there is such a sense of powerlessness, and there is such a sense of the system leaving people behind and not being there for them, that there is this kind of undercurrent that's becoming a current of, I think, rage and sadness and just despondency. And I think this stuff allows a little bit of release. And so I don't think we're going to step back from it until we actually get to the root of it, which is not, oh, we should be better. It's like, I'd love to be better, but right now, I have a shit job. I have a shit boss. I can't afford a house. I can't afford to move out from my parents, whatever it is. And so, I'm angry. I'm isolated. And I don't know. I have sympathy about that. I really, really do. So I think we have to address it at the core.
Yeah, this conversation actually feeds into our story later about the Gooniverse and Gooning too. It's the same issue right there. So.
Yeah. And now I hate that term though, because I can never watch the movie again.
Stay tuned.
Gooners never say die.
For our Goonies chat. Yeah.
Yes. Poncho, thanks, buddy.
Thanks, Poncho. Good to talk to you, man. Yeah, long
All
time.
right, we're gonna wrap this topic up. Oops, I got rid of somebody. I don't mean to. I got rid of somebody. I didn't mean to.
Poncho's back.
Right, Poncho's back. Okay. I want to get these last super chats about the Smash. Then we're gonna move on. Okay, Matt Sanders, thank you for the super chat. He says, you got to be crazy going up against Colin Moriarty. He's one of the most well-spoken, well-read people in games media. Colin isn't liked by most people in the games business. He isn't trying to get one past you. You goddamn right, Matty Sanders. 100%. Editor Nick, thank you, buddy. He says, have we touched on the part where JT implies there's no incentive for Circana to keep the data private, despite the entire business model being based on this exact fact? Well,
I just don't understand how he didn't understand that. It's crazy,
he's not a smart guy, or he is, and I don't know. Okay. New Zombie, thank you for the super chat. He says, nothing changes. People have hats equal sports teams. Algorithms tell them how to feel about every issue. No room for independent thought. Well, there's no value in independent thought. There is, but you have to be privileged to appreciate independent thought. But anyway, I already said what I was going to say about that. I do want to say we'll get all the other super chats towards the end of the show, but I have to call out a special one, which is my daughter, Ketlin, who says she donated $10, which she shouldn't have done. And she says, can we please get this guy in a schoolgirl costume? We're working on it. Right now, we are at $167, I think, out of our $323 goal. We are very close to making it, which means you will see Gene Park dressed as Hinako from Silent Hill F next week, and you will see me dressed as some kind of video game character. I have yet to decide. Okay.
Yeah, we're making good progress. Yeah.
We're getting there. Thank you guys. Very, very generous as the super chats roll in and the memberships roll in. Thank you, fellas. Okay, let's talk about Halo. I guess if I was hoping for something more. You kind of knew about this. You were embargoed, but you can talk about it now. You put a piece up on the Washington Post. Well, I'm going to play the trailer without sound in the background. Would you mind sort of bringing everybody up to speed on what the announcement was today?
Let's do it. So at Halo World Championships in 2025, Halo Studios announced another remake of Halo 1. This time, Halo Combat Evolved. This version is now called Halo Campaign Evolved. Developed by Halo Studios and now created in Unreal Engine. As you can see, some of the stutters on the screen is already happening right now. Thank you, Unreal Engine 5. But this is a top-down remake. It's a little bit like the Virtuous game, the remake of Oblivion, where this is layered on top of the original code, except that they add the biggest changes for this one is obviously the visuals, right? But I think the most exciting change is that there are 3 new levels that are basically prequel stories before the Combat Evolved story begins, which is interesting and cool. I wonder how that's gonna go, because like the stuff that happens before Halo 1 is that they were on Reach. So a little curious about that. A lot of questions there. But 3 new levels. They are going to redo the infamous level, the library. They hinted at new dialogue trees, new dialogue lines by 343 Guilty Spark, one of the main characters later in the story. And they're messing with the pacing. I don't know exactly what that means, but the library will be quote unquote fixed. I never really minded the library. Obviously, it was very tedious the first time I went through it, but Halo 1 is probably the game that I replayed the most besides Resident Evil 4. Halo 1 is one of my favorite games of all time. So this should mean a lot to me. And so I played it. I played the Silent Cartographer, a pre-release build on the Xbox Series X, and it felt kind of weird. So another feature, they add new features into this game. You can sprint now, which is highly controversial among the Halo community, but I think that it's less controversial here because Halo Campaign Evolved, as the name suggests, does not include competitive multiplayer. It does have 2-player split screen and up to 4 players online cooperative, which is fun. So sprinting, I think, doesn't really disrupt so much of the quote-unquote chess-like maneuvering, because I used to actually play Halo competitively too, and I really enjoyed the fact that we are all moving at the same speed. That feels like an equalizer for both teams and all types of players. Now with sprinting, it's a little different, and a lot of Halo competitive players have wanted it, and a lot of people don't want it. But I think if it's now isolated within the campaign only, I think that's fine. It might ruin some of the pacing for some of the stories, but it's like whatever. We'll see how that plays out. A lot of the weapons from other games, including the battle rifle and the needle rifle, those are the only 2 ones they mentioned. I would love the DRM from Halo Reach to be in there, especially since that's before Halo 1 starts. So weapons continuity wise, it might make sense.
Wait, the Needler was in Halo 1. Are you saying there's a needle rifle?
There's a needle rifle, yeah.
Okay. That was introduced in which Halo?
I forget exactly which one.
Okay.
Maybe someone in chat can let me know. If it was Halo 5, then yeah, I forget most of Halo 5 anyways.
Okay.
I think it was there in Halo Infinite as well. But improved AI, I did find that some of the friendly NPC AI was kind of more vigilant, holding ground and taking defensive measures and everything like that. But otherwise, honestly, when I played it, I was like, I'm just playing the game that I've been playing for 24 years. Again, it's the same music. Mario O'Donnell, another conservative guy, and he ran for Republican. He ran for Congress in Nevada, and he lost. And his music is still intact, the same audio files, the same dialogue files. Full Hammer still says, our motto, we deliver. That's still there in the game.
They have new lines though with the guy who is the older guy, white beard guy I saw today. He was recording lines. He's the Master Chief voice, right?
Okay, yeah.
So they're, I guess, for those new missions or whatever, they've brought him back, and so they would
have to bring him back too. Yeah, so that's exciting. I would, as a Halo lore fan, I'd be totally stoked to see that. Part of my criticism is that the Halo series has just written themselves into many corners. So they can't even progress a Halo Infinite story because they don't know how to do it, which has been so frustrating. So it sucks to have to just go back to Halo 1 again, man. I've lived this is one of my lived through experiences. I've played Halo 1 so much. So for me, I'm not as excited for this one as again, the big news is that this is coming to PS5, as you can see on the screen. Day 1 simultaneous PlayStation 5 release. The final wall of the console war between Sony and Microsoft has fallen. Master Chief is going to be on PS5, and that is a little wild to say, honestly.
It's that generation's Sonic and Mario, right?
Yeah, yeah. It was. There was nothing on the PlayStation side to counter Master Chief. Honestly, Master Chief was so iconic. Halo was the biggest IP for a while. It was the closest thing we had to Star Wars for a bit. And then
it's been interesting to watch though, because I think, you know what okay, well, two more quick things though on the multiplayer. There was like an 8-minute roundtable with some of the developers. I didn't get to play it, of course, but I watched that this morning. And they were also saying like to make the 4-player co-op online work. Did you play the online co-op with anyone?
No, it wasn't available.
Okay.
No.
They said like the Warthog now has 4 passengers, or 3 passengers now, so everybody can get in. It's not just a 2-seater. And they said to keep the pacing correct, when you have 4, they're doing some level design changes to open up levels based on how many people are playing. So it's nice they are taking into account not just changing the hit points of the bad guys if you have more people, but the actual, you know, some of the moment-to-moment craft design as well.
Yeah, well, the thing is that Halo 1, when you play cooperatively with another player, they would just add more enemies. So I'm excited to I would just so Halo 1 was so fucking advanced back in the day, man. The AI for Halo 1 is still better than most games today, which is crazy to say, but it's true.
Kind of. There was a great talk that the AI guy did at GDC the year Halo came out. And he said, we get a lot of kudos for our AI. And he says, we should. It's good. It's really, really good. He said, but so much of it's like smoke and mirrors. Like, what are those little grunt guys called? The hey, over here. Those little guys. I fucking hate those guys. But they're like, a lot of it feels smarter than it is because of some of the things we have characters doing and saying, both, you know, visually and audio wise, that you think they're smarter than they really are because you're projecting that on, because we've kind of given you a bit of a hint that you should feel what they're doing is thought through. But even that's still good AI, right? It's good AI design.
Yeah, it's good. It's good AI scripting for sure.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
And Spawn on me, Khalif, if he's still in the chat, he told me that, you know, like the AI, the friendly AI will drive you around in the Warthog too. And,
cool. Okay.
And he was saying that he can practically see the script rolling when it goes up to an enemy and you're on the turret. And the driver won't drive off until you start shooting at the enemy and you kill them. And it's like, we're not moving until you shoot the enemy, baby. You know. So
that's
like,
cool. I mean, you know,
I think that's kind of fun. And it's like, yeah, it's kind of like nice to be able to manipulate the AI. I love manipulating the AI to do stuff. You're right that the AI is very manipulable and there's a script that's playing, but it made it so much more fun and so much more immersive.
I mean, the first time I ever learned about all of that, like we went to the arcade in Westwood to study the AI in the game Namco's Cyber Sled, which was like it was like a hovercrafts fighting, and we were making Twisted Metal, and it was like, okay, what does our AI do? And so we just started pumping quarters into the machine and watching it. And what was fascinating about that game is if you just don't touch the controls, the AI doesn't even move, because you can see them through the wall with your heads-up display. And it's like, holy shit, this AI is only moving when I move. And nobody would notice it, because who's just going to sit there and not touch the controller and study the AI? But it's like, it didn't feel stupid at the time. It's only when you kind of break a lot of this apart that you're like, oh, you see all the tricks, which is fun. I mean, it's fun to kind of see that, but you're not supposed to notice it. It's like a magic trick, right?
Yeah, of course.
So
it's all illusions, Mike.
Elysian, and fantasy. Game Pass is coming to Game Pass. That's nice. Happy for that. The one thing I'll say about this is that if this wasn't Halo, like if it didn't have the Halo legacy, I don't think anybody would be talking about this game or this trailer, right? Which ultimately leads to, I think, the problem with this IP. Like, I was a PlayStation guy because I worked at PlayStation. I had played the first Halo. I liked the second Halo more, but I never got it. It was fine, you know? But I understood how big of an icon and how big of a cultural gaming phenomenon it was. But I think so much of that was a time and place kind of thing versus any actual not quality, but anything inherently compelling about the intellectual property itself. I get it. No, there's books and the TV
I got the novels here, man. I read all the books back in the day too. I fucking love Halo.
A lot of people, I get it. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying that
I'm not
when they came back out with Halo Infinite, which I actually liked, I finished the campaign. I liked it. I loved the multiplayer, but I was surprised by how many of the fans just chose not to show up. Because you're right. I remember walking into Blockbuster when they were renting games back in the day, and over the game sections, there was a big standee of Mario, which is where you knew were the Nintendo games, Sonic, and then Master Chief and I guess PlayStation just had the logo. They didn't really have anybody, right?
Yeah.
So you're right. He was, and if you look at that movie Boyhood, that almost won the Oscar 10 years ago, one of the ways they marked time, because that was a movie that they actually filmed in real time over this kid's life as he grew up. They had him playing Halo split screen in his bedroom when he was like 9, and it made total sense because that's what the kids were playing. But would you agree though that like nothing that they showed in this is really going to do anything to, if they want to make Halo a thing again, they need a God of War Cory Barlog kind of reboot. As much as I didn't like Ragnarok because of the pacing, and as much as I still like the old Kratos as a comic book character, Cory did what Cory had to do, and it worked brilliantly. And I think with Halo, I think you have to do the same thing. This doesn't have the juice anymore.
There has been no Cory Barlog God of War 2018, because I love God of War 2018, and I did enjoy. I actually agree with you a lot about the pacing issues of Ragnarok. There are parts of Ragnarok that I fucking hate, even though I actually like the game. Like I actually love the story, like overall. Yeah. But you know, and you all can probably guess which parts I fucking hate. You probably hate the same parts too. Halo just has not had that. Halo 4 was a decent game, but it was a good story, but just a decent game. Halo 5 campaign was awful, one of the worst campaigns of all time. But the multiplayer was sick. So they just haven't had the package at all. Halo Infinite was supposed to be the thing, and it came a year later, and it just really showed that 343 or now Halo Studios does not know how to produce a live service, which is hard, you know, like most people can't do that. And they couldn't do it either. They had no content.
But even without that though, the single player game, a lot of people didn't like. I mean, I liked it, but
I loved it, but the story didn't do anything. It wasn't moving enough. It didn't really move the needle. We don't really learn anything new about Master Chief or helps us or reappreciate or reanalyze or kind of relitigate what Master Chief means in our lives the way Kratos Cory Barlog did, where it's like, oh, now Kratos is a father figure. He's like BoJack but violent or something. You know, he's someone who's had a lot of sins in the past, but we're sympathetic towards him now. You know,
right?
Master Chief was never even that kind of character. He was just a badass. You know, he's just a soldier that's gonna do shit and get shit done. And you know, Halo 4, they try to make him into something a little bit more, and it's like also they don't know how to write Cortana, because like so much of the Halo story is about the relationship between Master Chief and this woman inside his brain. Yeah. And you know, they fuck that up completely, you know. And like so that dynamic is gone. It's like Ratchet and Clank without Clank or something, you know.
What's interesting, because it kind of takes me back a little bit to Silent Hill, right? Which is I think one of the real challenges, because games take so long to make, are the legacy properties that you're always tied to the need to reinvent and keep things fresh for a new generation, but you don't want to piss off the loyal fans. That it starts to become a point where like, why are we even picking up this albatross? Because I think with Master Chief, when you say he's supposed to be this badass, you know, if you just look at how the world has changed, if you look at, you know, 9/11, and if you look at, you know, all of the school shootings, and you look at the turmoil, what a badass was in media when Master Chief dropped in, what was it, 2000 or
2001? 2001. This happened right after 9/11. So this So the national jingoism that we were all facing, the photo that's in the thumbnail, remember, of me smoking? There's a big ass American flag behind me. You know why there's a big ass American flag behind me? Because I live with two ROTC soldiers, and one of them had a big naval flag, and we just put up on the wall because we were like, fuck the terrorists. Fuck Osama bin Laden, go America, you know? So, and then some Master Chief comes in and he's like, fuck these fucking alien terrorists. I'm going to fuck them up. So it was very much of the time of like aggression and counter-aggression, and Master Chief perfectly embodied that.
And what they seem to have done is they seem to have confused its appeal coming from the lore, which I'm sure, like you said, you've read the books, and I know people who got teared up when they did that Finish the Fight commercial and all. You know, if you were really in the lore, you're right. But you can't rebuild a franchise based on that. You have to go back to that essence of something that's universal, whether it is Corey going, okay, what about fatherhood, or what about changing from being someone who's an immature pain in the ass to actually finding some maturity. That's universal.
Yes.
They
gotta
need
bring it back to a universal emotional truth. Exactly.
Yes. And they haven't done that. And again, this is a remake and we haven't seen what the next Halo will be, but it doesn't help that he's wearing a mask all the time. I understand that's part of his shtick, but even the Mandalorian takes his mask off every now and then, you know.
Oh man, don't even let me.
No, I know now with the show. I know. But I it's interesting because I've seen a lot of complaints about Silent Hill too. It's like the more you change it, the more people say, well, that's not Silent Hill. It's like, yeah, you're not going to please both of them. So at that point you have a choice. Do you even just do something new or not?
Well, I think with Silent Hill, I think it's a literacy problem because it's like Silent Hill F has all the traits of classic Silent Hill. It's just
it does, but they're talking about the lore, and you're saying you have to play through it 4 times to recognize there's a connection, not just to the ambiance and the mood and the tone, but the lore itself. Correct?
The actual story itself. But I mean, again, I argue that if you only play Silent Hill F once, you didn't finish the game. Period.
I appreciate that, but the game doesn't do a very good job of communicating that that's what it wants you to do in order to appreciate it.
I agree with that too. I agree with that too.
And I loved it. It's my favorite game of the year. I mean, I adored Silent Hill F. So
yeah, you should play it more. It gets even better. So trust me.
Okay, yeah, I am. I'm just trying to play everything, including we got a super chat from Charlie, and then we got a JSD responding. Thank you guys both. He says, "Hello, boys. Just curious. Have you played Full Metal Schoolgirl yet?" That came out 2 days ago, and I was up at like 1 a.m, and I almost bought it. But then I started reading the reviews, and people are like, "It's pretty good," but it is kind of like a rogue thing. And I'm just like, I don't have interest in rogues anymore. So it's like every time you die, you go back. You can add some stuff, you make it a little further, do it again, do it again, do it again. And that's a great loop. I'm just tired of it. So I probably won't play it. Not for $40. I'll wait for a real deep sale, I think.
I got enough to play anyways right now.
Yeah, I do too.
Good, yeah.
We're going to get to this Gooner thing. We'll move the AI story to next week because it's nuts. And I think the Gooner thing is going to take some time. Let's do this. Let's go through the super chats we've gotten. If you guys want to call in to talk about Halo or anything we've talked about so far, now is the time while I'm going through the super chats with Gene. And then we will move on to the last main story of the day, which is I know you think it's like, what does this have to do with games? It actually has a lot to do with what we've been talking about today. So it's a very interesting article. Let me get these super chats. Thank you guys. Okay. Alan Can, thank you so much. Been a member for 11 months. I'd like to know more about the fun games that sell motto that we built Santa Monica Studios about. Was it chasing business trends, the gaming industry, or the cultural zeitgeist to have a hit? That was the mission statement when we founded Sony Santa Monica back in whatever it was, 1999. And it was meant to reflect the necessity of a balance. It was meant to reflect that we want to make something that is fun, aka compelling, aka engaging. Fun doesn't always just mean shootouts, but it's got to be engaging. But it also has to be commercial because we wanted to make money and we wanted to make franchises. And so it was like every decision, or at least we tried, and I think we've done a good job, at least as it relates to God of War. Every decision went through that filter of, is it fun? And you can have a fun, compelling game, but if it's like, super weird and esoteric conceptually, that wouldn't have flown. In fun games that sell, I got pissed because Kinetica was not that. Kinetica was the first game that came out of Sony Santa Monica, and I was the creative director, but I was busy on Twisted Metal Black, and I turned around one day and I'm like, what the fuck are these bikes? It was supposed to be not BMX, but motocross, motorcycles going up the walls of like the Empire State Building and going through ballrooms and destroying football fields. And it was supposed to be something you could relate to. And suddenly it was this weird, futuristic, metaphorical, ethereal thing. And I'm like, dude, that's going to fucking die. And it did. But that shouldn't have gotten through the filter, but it did. But thank you for that question.
Good question.
Jack, thank you, buddy. He says, yo, Papa J's and D in chat. Good to see you, buddy. Thank you so much for the support.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think I read this one, but if no big deal. Big Afro, 27 months, Cult of Calypso. Oh yeah, he did. He summed up the stupid chat for TJ, Smash TJ. Dr. Mister, thank you, buddy. Turned 30 a while back. Buzzed my head for the first time. Noticed it wasn't growing back like before on top. Good thing I'm already married. Oh, well, thanks for the story. I will tell you, I'm going to get rid of all this. I'm going to shave this weekend. I hate it. It's hot, gets in the way. My head's not the perfect shape for bald people. Are you bald? You're not going bald, are you, Gene? Or are you? Do Asians go bald that much?
The great thing about me, well, I'm definitely receding, right? But obviously I'm very white hair. But the nice thing is that like I literally had cancer and chemotherapy, and I didn't lose any hair at all, actually.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know if that still happens, if that's like some outdated thing from like the 90s or something. But like I just straight up didn't lose any hair. I was just fine.
Now, but you are going gray now and you're receding, but you're not really, you have a big bald spot or anything like that.
No real big bald spot over there. And I've been I literally, my first gray hair was at 13, man. It was literally in my genes. Like I wasn't even smoking or drinking back then. Like I was already going gray. And of course, once I started smoking and drinking at the ripe age of 15, I'm sure that didn't help.
Right.
That and all the murders I used to cover, which was very stressful too. So
well, now you just look distinguished. So
I dated this Korean girl a couple years ago. She used to call me the Asian George Clooney, her little Asian George Clooney.
Was it weird though? Was that the first blind woman you dated, or you date a lot of blind people? I'm not saying you're not a nice looking fella, but I don't know why she would go George Clooney. I thought you looked like George Clooney.
Well, because I had because it was like Mr. Fantastic hair, where I was like white.
Okay.
It actually looked pretty good, man. Back in the day, you know.
Oh, I'm not saying you're not an appealing fella. I'm just saying I don't get the George Clooney connection.
I don't understand it either. But I was going to take it, whatever, you know.
Hey, good for you. I'm just jealous because the best I ever got was like, you look like Rick Moranis. I'm like, thanks, buddy. Son of a bitch. I hope you die.
I've actually gotten you look like Wesley Snipes before.
Me or you?
No, me.
Okay, again, Gene, the blind women, they must put out, I don't know what it is, but you don't look like fucking Blade.
If you look at our nose and like our cheekbones and everything like that, like we have similar facial structures. I can see that. Obviously, I'm not black. I'm not a black vampire hunter.
Right.
But if you peel off our skin and probably just like went like full on like brain skull measuring or whatever like that, it probably would be about the same. So
I'm both disturbed and aroused that you date women that look at men and go, what do they look like without their skin? I think that sounds delightful. Listen to this. Alex Jones says I think it's JSD, but I'll just say Jackery because that's what's coming up. Reminds me of Yosemite Sam. I don't know why. Yeah, because he's, whatever is the word irascible. He gets all, they both do that.
Mm-hmm.
No question, says Mickey Doe. I'm just wishing you guys well from the UK. Thank you, bud.
Thanks, man.
Is it me or am I supposed to be excited for Halo? Says Awesome Tatum. It's great and historical. It's coming, but kind of blah. That's how I feel about it. I'll play it because it's Game Pass. But
again, dude, I was excited for this until I played it, and I was like, I guess I'll just play the whole thing when it comes out. Because again, I played Halo so much. Like this is like nothing for me. It's like imagine if a God of War 2018 remake came out, and like I played that game a lot too. I love that game. So
I mean, I'm glad they made it. I'm sure a lot of new people will play it.
It's definitely for the PlayStation audience, and that is like millions and millions of people. So we'll see how that will do. So
I hope more people pick up Keeper. Have you played Keeper yet? You've been too busy.
No, not yet. No, again, I have so many.
Am I the only person talking to you about Keeper? If so, I'll shut up because
you are not actually. Because you mentioned it, I've seen other people mention it too. So it's definitely on my radar. But unfortunately, I literally have a backlog of new games that I need to do for work, which is crazy.
Oh, I know. No, I know. It's fun. I mean, to some extent. I mean,
No, it's not fun. All I want to do is fucking play Resident Evil all day, man. I don't want to fucking play new games,
I started playing Tormented Souls 2, other than a couple of weird puzzles. That's pretty fucking good, speaking of Resident Evil, so keep it on your radar as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Gene, says Kovalik, I'm headed up to DC to visit family. Do you want me to watch Jack for a night so you can go sow your wild oats?
No, I actually have a nice cadre of women who live nearby me who are more than happy to watch Jack, because Jack is a wonderful cat. So
All these women think he looks like Blade.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Foolish Madam. Thank you for the super chat. Says Gene, if we make our goal is going to be the prettiest girl in school. Don't forget, we're close. We're $140 away from Gene wearing a schoolgirl outfit.
You're more than halfway through, guys, and we have yet to goon.
How much did fucking Smash JT make last night with his super chats? This is the problem. This is why people like Smash JT. You are encouraging people like that because if we made you angry, you donate. That's how it works. That's how it fucking works. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but then I see chat. They're like, "Oh, the show is great." And then our powers combined is less successful than Smash JT. Dude, all he did was watch a Review Tech USA slam him last night too, and he just get like. It's bizarre, man. Like people are giving him money to make him feel better about himself.
Yeah.
Like,
I will not shame the audience for that. They pay for what they want to pay for, but there is a point where you're like, come on, motherfuckers, let's go.
Yeah.
Gene in a schoolgirl outfit? What are you talking about?
Yeah. Do I got to start OnlyFans for you guys to
don't give me any ideas.
I did start an OnlyFans for a friend of mine like years and years ago when OnlyFans just started. And she was like, I want to.
Has she done well?
No, she quit like 2 months in, so it was whatever. So.
Because she didn't like it, or she wasn't making any money.
I think she just didn't want to be naked all the time for money, and she
that must be really bad, right? That's like being. It's kind of the sex version of being picked last for sports when you were in high school or junior high. It's like you start an OnlyFans and no one shows up.
No one shows up.
What's the matter with my vagina?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I actually think a lot of people would show up for my OnlyFans. It's a little strange. I've actually had people like DM me and it's like, "Hey, Gene, can I see your feet?" I'm just like, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, it would have to be so much money because the idea of knowing on any given day someone's out there masturbating to my feet, I would need a lot of money to deal with the trauma of that knowledge. All right. Darth Nugget, thank you, buddy. He says, as I live and breathe, member for 53 months. Thank you, sir.
What's up, Darth Nugget?
JSD wants you in a schoolgirl costume as well. Would you ever consider having Asmongold on this show as a guest, says Mormon Fetus? Sure. I mean, we've talked a little bit about maybe at least one show a week where we're doing a rotating third chair. I don't know. I mean, I don't have.
You want me to reach out to him?
I don't particularly like him, but I don't have to like him. Maybe I'll come to like him, but he seems like he's a real negative influence. Do you know him?
He's actually a fan of mine.
All right. I mean, he said some really nasty things about things that I find.
Of course. Yeah.
But it doesn't mean I won't. I'll talk to him and I'll be respectful as long as he's respectful to me, but I'm not I don't know. Look, it's our show, Gene. If you want to have him on, bring him on. Let's talk to him. I'm sure it'll be a good conversation if he's interested.
We don't have to think about that now. But I was surprised to find out that he was a fan of mine, and he's actually like pulled up my work on stream, and he would be like, and he was like, I'm not going to read this here. I'm going to leave the link below. You know, I don't support journalists, but you should support this guy, which is great. I was like,
that's great. That's great.
Shout out to Asmongold for supporting games journalism.
Good job to all the call-ins tonight, says Hugh Janus. I think it's Hugh Janus. It's just Huge J, but okay. Thank you, buddy, for that super chat. We appreciate it. Anna G, thank you, buddy. We need Jaffe in a schoolgirl costume as well. I'm not promising. I'm going to surprise you. You got to see if we make our goal what I'm going to wear, but it will be video game inspired, I promise. Barbecue Gamer, 18 months. Thank you, sir. He says, I love the new show. Gene is awesome. I'm so happy he's part of LSM as well. Punching up gets me through work. Micah is fucking insane, but I love her. She is delightful.
Micah,
I don't get going any shows over there anymore. I'm bummed because Constellation was the show they had me on all the time.
I know. That's the impetus of this show. I was like, fuck, I miss talking with Jaffe. Like we had some good energy there.
We did. Is Dagan still doing his animation job? I know they're not going to play it back, but I hope.
Yeah, I haven't spoken to him until like half a year now, ever since Stelly stopped. So but he's doing well as far as I know. So that's great. Charlie
and JSD about Full Metal Schoolgirl. There you go. Exactly. We talked about that. Lockmort is here. Oh, I saw Lockmort's video on Ghost of Yote the other day.
Lockmort, dude. Lock. If you do an edit of the JT stream, that would be amazing.
Oh my god, I'm sure Colin is. I mean, they don't own it. Will they do that? Is he allowed to do that? Does Colin do that?
That's a good question, but but it's
it would be so funny.
It's whatever, dude. Yeah,
he should do it like a.
How many times has JT used clips of other people? Like it was literally in that fucking cringe AI intro video that he did. He just using clips of other people.
He should do like a
including you.
Should do.
He fucking clipped you. He clipped you in that fucking intro too.
Oh, I'm not watching that shit. What was it? What did he do?
It was just like you talking about it, and it was just some AI generated heavy metal song about how he's a victim and people are attacking him and blah blah. And then you shut up there too because it's crazy. So.
Well, I think Locke should do a PSA about just how stupid it's like. Are you suffering from just being a fucking moron? But Lockmore says Halo from the other side. I get it. Very glad to see people happy their favorite franchise is back, but all hail the Outer Worlds too. You goddamn right. Hang on, Tech wants something. Tech, are you downstairs? You need to come in.
No, the number for the goal is not accurate because I texted.
Oh, you're out. Okay, what's the number?
Don't read my messages. I don't know. I'm telling you. You have to look it up. In YouTube Studio, it'll be in there under the settings.
But it doesn't add it. I have to do the addition.
No, it does. You go to the stream settings itself, and it says, "Here's the total number for the day."
When are you going to be back?
In 15 minutes.
Well, we'll be on in 15. You come on back and do. You come on back and do the adding.
This is a longer show. We still got a whole Gooniverse to touch on.
Yeah, you come on back and do the addition, pal.
Yeah.
All right, there he goes.
Drive safe, Tech.
Yeah, exactly. Outer Worlds 2. Can you say if you? Well, it's already the reviews are out. Have you played it?
I have not played it. One, I didn't get a review code, but two, I didn't seek it out because Obsidian. I love Obsidian games, but they're kind of hit or miss for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I hated Outer Worlds 1. I hated it. I thought it was fucking stupid. So I'm not excited for Outer Worlds 2. I don't like its vibe. I don't like its world. But the reviews did seem pretty good.
Yeah.
And the reviews were like 80 something. But like when I actually read it, I was like, oh, this sounds like a much better game than part 1. So I might check it out. But again, when I'm in the mood for an Obsidian game, which is I'm not really in it right now. I'm just kind of in backlog central. So that's the crazy thing about Xbox is that Xbox has such a bad year in terms of news, but like their release schedule has been pretty solid, and
it's ridiculous. I mean, people can and should beat up on Xbox maybe for a variety of reasons, but
the game output is there's so many games I can't keep up with them anymore now,
and they're good. They may not be for you, but not every Netflix movie is for you. But there's something on there that you're going to have fun with.
Yeah, there hasn't been a Redfall repeat, thank goodness, and Redfall wasn't even as bad as Concord. Let's be real.
No, well, Concord I think was a better game.
No, I don't think so. I think Redfall was better.
Okay. Agree to disagree, whatever. But I loved the IP of. I love the IP of.
No, Redfall's better. No, Concord's better. Like what are we doing?
But I think here's why we're great, and what's great about us is I can look at Redfall though. Like I look at Concord. I didn't like the characters. It wasn't for me, but it was clearly a well-made, competent shooter that had some interesting ideas. If you're into that kind of game, Redfall was much more disappointing to me because I thought they nailed that kind of East Coast Stephen King Castle Rock town beautifully. I loved being in that world and I wanted to love it. And I love the ideas of monsters invading that town. I was like, that's like Stranger Things kind of stuff, but I just couldn't really, I couldn't stay engaged with it, but but I agree. I think they've been doing great. And what do you think about I think it was Video Games Central that gave it 3 stars out of 5, and people got mad at the reviewer because he was saying, and I didn't read the whole review, so I need to be very clear. I don't know if he was dinging it because he felt the game's anti-capitalist messaging made no sense coming from a company like Xbox, Microsoft, that were clearly one of the most egregious abusers of the last year of that kind of overt capitalism.
I have it right here if you want me to read it. So Video Games Chronicle Diego, who's a writer that I've read before. However, in the modern world, it's impossible to divorce these rhetorics from the fact that Obsidian is an Xbox game studio under Microsoft, a company that has perpetually laid off workers and shuttered studios in recent times. Some of the quotes provided by Xbox spokespeople ring similar bells to the corporate talk you can find in Outer Worlds 2, such as saying that redundancies were made to enhance our efficiency. I don't have a problem with it. One, because in their little score wrap-up, that's not mentioned at all. So I'm like,
Okay.
I don't think that it was even really a factor. I think that the critic is just writing and like writing about what they feel, and I think it's valid to feel a certain way about the people making the game. That's not divorced from reality. I think what is a bridge too far is that infamous PS5 review that started crying about having about living in a fascist American government or whatever, and it's like I think people just want to know.
I'm not familiar with the infamous PS5 review.
There was a Kotaku review with a writer I hate this person. The only games journalist I actually don't like, and he just wrote about how it's hard to enjoy a PS5 with the economy being so bad and fascism all around. And it's like I think people just want to know what the SSD is like.
Right? Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I think it's not wrong. Look, I think you're absolutely, because I haven't read the whole thing, so I'm glad they didn't ding it for it. But
it doesn't sound like it. Yeah.
History, and this is not good, but history is filled, I think, with artists that are funded by the very things they are shouting against. Because it costs money, and it's kind of part of the irony of the whole fucking thing I think it's worth bringing up as a topic.
Yeah, Idiocracy bash Fox News, and Fox that was a Fox movie,
Yeah, I mean, it's like absolutely, and again, it's worth talking about the irony, but to ding it, which I'm glad to hear they didn't.
I don't think they did. Yeah,
Zach's Byeth says, "Can you both tell Beans to leave my grandma alone? Thank you, love you both." Beans, man, leave her the fuck alone. She's an old woman. She's probably at this point got a vagina about as dry as the Sahara, and the cat, I assume Beans is a cat, is not helping with the fact that she's coming to grips that her days of entertaining the fellas in her boudoir are over. Leave her alone. That's my guess. Gene, anything to say to Beans?
I don't know why your brain went there, but okay. Beans, just leave her alone.
I don't know why it goes anywhere, man.
Yeah.
Gene just says, just leave her. Roger Matt, buddy, thank you for the big super chat. He says, Jaffe, inside baseball, are dev kits more powerful than the retail console? And you have to make compromises for final release. TM 2012, for example, did it have frame pacing issues in development? Yeah, I mean, it's again, I can't speak to the inside baseball of today, but it is imperative that the teams are able to determine what the end user experience is going to be. And so there are things you can do where you as a developer know, okay, I'm going to run this in a certain way because I need to test XYZ, but you also need to be able to flip the right switches to go, I want the user experience at this point. I don't know how it is on dev kits today, but it's crucial. Absolutely. Gene, you need to be on Sacred Bets Jeopardy game, says Ray. Thank you for the super chat. Have you been on that yet? That's our game show.
I have not, but I don't really do well in game shows. I don't really have fun with them either. I don't like group games. I don't play Mario Party either. Even if I got invited, I'm not sure if I want to go. So,
gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
but it is also more money for me because I am under quote unquote contract. There's no real contract, but
right.
I am compensated per appearance, which is
of course
very helpful. I loved it. So
yeah, no, absolutely. Robot Odell, here's a little something. Great show, guys. Thank you, fellas. Okay, thank you for that, buddy. Now look. Here's what we're going to do. Tech is on his way back. He's going to add up the money. It sounds like we might be pretty close to have making our goal of Gene being in the Hinako costume next weekend for Halloween, and I will be in a video game costume. I haven't decided which one yet. Okay, so that's number one. We're about to get into an article that I just found fascinating that I think Gene turned me onto it from Harper's about gooning. And I know you're like, doesn't that just mean masturbating? Oh no, I had no idea until I read this article.
You didn't know what the extent of what gooning meant, huh?
I thought gooning just meant it was like a new term for masturbating. Like, I got a goon to this chick, and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess you're going to jerk off to this chick. That's what I thought it meant. But it goes into some of the Smash JT culture. It goes into why people gravitate towards certain things that may not be in their best interest, at least in some people's opinions. Here's what I'd like to do. I got to pee and I need to refreshen my Coke. Okay. So I want to take a 5-minute break, but if you're not up for a break, Gene, take the show. I'll be back in 5. If you are, I can bring somebody on from the community. If you guys want to entertain the audience for 5 minutes while I'm taking a break.
That's okay. No, I can hang out with the chat right here. I can look at the live chat right here as I read through this Goon article. Right. So
you haven't read the article yet?
No. Like that. Well, I can read it for the chat right here because I have it pulled up here.
Yeah, and maybe it's a really
it's a long
fascinating article. So all right, I'll be back in just a couple of seconds.
All right, go piss girl. So this article yesterday by one Daniel Kolitz, a very talented writer. I've never heard of him before, but he's definitely on my radar now. He wrote a story called The Goon Squad, and I'm watching the live chat right now here too. So you guys want to have a conversation, we can do it. But Jaffe didn't understand the original definition of gooning, and I'm not sure you guys do, but this article does it really well. Gooning is a new, I'm quoting the article right now. Gooning is a new kind of masturbation. More precisely, a new kind of masturbation at the heart of an internet-based, pornography-obsessed, Gen Z-dominated subculture, every bit as defiant and vibrant as the hippies or punks in their prime. God damn. The act itself resembles edging, repeatedly bringing oneself to the point of climax without actually climaxing. But here's the important part. But gooning is more goal-oriented and now more communal. The gooner goons to reach the quote-unquote goon state, a supposed zone of complete total ego death or bliss that some liken to advanced meditation, the attainment of which compels them to masturbate for hours or even days at a time. That last part is something that I can understand. So I understood gooning as like one of like a complete focus on the act of the masturbation and the orgasm that you're trying to reach, right? And nothing else matters. The entire world falls into I mean, edging. Awesome Tatum says, I mean, edging can be like going into a Zen trance, but I didn't understand that it could be for hours or even days at a time. I am a gentleman of the world, and I've obviously masturbated before. I've never done it for hours or days at a time. I guess the longest I would go for is maybe 2 hours, and part of that is probably because I'm just like thumbing through like the search history and like my searches because I'm going through whatever Rolodex of concepts that I might want. Like what am I in the mood for today? I mean, you guys all fucking know like what I'm talking about. Yes, of course. Goon did used to mean criminal or gangster at the time. I'm not sure when this doesn't really go into like where gooning came from. The word itself. There is some origins in 4chan where there was 4chan used to do fat roulette, which I remember doing that. But he did do a questionnaire for some people. For gooners, and he went into a Discord of gooning. It's like being high while high, intense bliss, pure happiness and love. It's so beautiful, it's sublime, like being washed away. It's like I'm in anti-gravity or covered in liquid. Tingles all over me, brain fuzzy, skin tingling all over. No fears about coming, because this was the real pleasure I was after, and I couldn't come at that point if I wanted to anyway. Wait, let me read the chat because there's actually some serious questions here, man. JD, you will not get a visual demonstration. Maybe next week. If the OnlyFans, if I started OnlyFans, then maybe, right? Mikhail Tanasova 698 asks, do you think getting into debates with people like Smash is fruitful or even useful for people on both sides? Thanks. Look, I think if you were like wondering whether JT was smart or not, then I guess it would have, but when has this ever though? Here's the point: is that like, I think this is irreversible because we are now in a culture of like no shame. People aren't shamed about anything. They're not shamed about their beliefs. They're not shamed about being hateful or being a gooner or anything like that. So like these are proud gooners. These are people who would willingly say no fears about coming because this was the real pleasure I was after. So there's not a lot of there's just not a lot of shame that our society has built up, and the internet kind of rewards shamelessness. Can't shame the shameless. Exactly. Trump has no shame. Trump is the most free man in the world. He can do like you said, he can shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and no one would care, and that's probably true right now. So how do you fix that? Make the schools better. I'm a religious person. Actually, I'm a Catholic. Actually, study the Bible, do Bible study, really think about what the things that Jesus is saying, or your God is saying to you, or your religion is saying to you. Bring back bullying. I don't know. I feel like bullying. Well, I mean, you should bully the people that are bad, but like I do think bullying kind of started some of this whole male loneliness epidemic that has made people kind of fall into the goon hole a little bit, and they've just been bullied. So it's like, why even bother dealing with any other people when you could just goon all day and just come all day, and that's all you need to do. You don't need to worry about anything, right? Doesn't that sound great? Just coming all day. I used to do a lot of hard drugs, and I will tell you that the feeling of coming all day is awful and exhausting, because that's what meth feels like. Don't do meth, kids. I promise you, your life will be great. I never got addicted to meth, but I've done it before, and it's very exhausting. You don't want to do it. But yes, like Anna says, we should all be nice, sweet people. But how do you do that? There's no real sense of responsibility for each other. Everyone's really in it out for themselves, and that's the state of the gooner, right? The gooner is not focused on literally anything, even in their own environment. There's no delayed gratification. Delayed gratification is his own reward. Yeah, but if you can just get gratification right now and just ignore all the bullies and ignore all the haters and just goon all day, then where do you go from there, right, Jaffe?
Well, are you guys talking about the gooners, or are you talking about just being nice online to people, or a bit of both?
Well, I'm kind of wrapping it up. I'm kind of wrapping up the entire topic right now with gooning, as opposed to how do we get back to being a respectable society where people are able to feel shame again, But the internet, how do you do that when you have an infinite scroll of porn that I could just go there and just goon all day? And
okay, well, my actual answer to that is that it's like anything else that comes with real change, which is we should never have felt shame about these things. The problem is that with that, the healthy embracing of one's sexuality and one's different desires and different proclivities, we haven't replaced the value that shame brought to us as a society with something healthier. Right. And so I would not want to go back to somebody, I don't masturbate. I don't, the only sex I like is missionary position twice a week. And most of it's just to make baby. There's I think a healthy snowfall that has come with being more accepting of people and ourselves. But you're right that there were some guardrails that unhealthy behavior brought to us. And I mean, the gooning thing is such a weird article. So at this point, because I was peeing and getting a Coke, people have been brought up to speed on this. They know what this is.
So I gave the definition of gooner. So this is a long form article about this guy kind of entering the gooniverse, and I read the definition of it, and he also did a questionnaire where some of the answers that he got, because he thought I'm just gonna get a bunch of shy people, very reserved, and it turns out everyone in Discord was like, oh fuck yeah, dude, I want to fucking talk about gooning, and then so he got a lot of enthusiastic responses, no fears about coming, because this was the real pleasure I was after, and I couldn't come at that point anyways if I wanted to. So he's like, what binds these disparate masturbators together? And then are the community rituals surrounding the goon state? 70% of the questionnaire respondents claim to engage in one or more of them. By far, the most popular of these rituals is feeding, a sort of porn-mediated cybersex in which one gooner sustains the other session by sending them curated porn from their private collection, which is meant by goon fuel. Sometimes they send short clips, sometimes they send gifts, but more often than not, they send what is called goon caps, pornographic memes, and then he also goes into the advent of the PMV, which is
like music videos for porn, right?
Yeah, porn music video, which is basically like a just a fucking crazy montage of chicks bouncing or whatever like that in tune with the. I've seen these before, so
I want to watch one now because I've never. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
They're all over X videos or whatever like that. You can find those easily too. So it's like fairly mainstream. They're like the Japanese anime AMV, but instead of watching clips of Cowboy Bebop set to Weezer's Say It and So. It's chicks bouncing on cock,
right? And it's a compilation. It's not one porn that's just
not
edited
one girl.
fast.
It's just several girls. So it's like an automatic TikTok feed of just porn and music that you can like goon into the beat to, you know?
Right. Right. So I just want to be clear because I thought gooning, like I said before I left, was just sort of another word for masturbating. And so I'm under the impression that most people who use it are either using it jokingly because they know what it is, or they think it just means, oh, it's like, it's, you know, it's kind of a cross between simping and masturbating to some girl or anyone, I guess, that you're really into. Mm-hmm. But to read the article, and I don't know if the definition has kind of changed as they are wont to do, but certainly if you read the article, yeah, it's like sitting in a room with a bunch of other dudes usually, and they're all on screen showing their dicks and everyone's helping each other out to masturbate for a long time, but not come. So you'll achieve this.
I don't think they're watching each other masturbate, which, you know, and to be fair, like,
I think they are.
Are they watching each other?
I mean, you don't have to do that, but apparently there are these, what he was interviewing people that like had set up sessions where it was like, hey, we're there for you, brother. We're all going to try to achieve this state together. Mm-hmm. And I'm just kind of like, you know, I can't think of anything that would take me out of the mood more.
Not every guy who shows up to a porn watching party does so with a definite mind toward getting jacked off, jacking someone else off, etc. The wristbands allow attendees to efficiently broadcast their comfort levels. Green for all in, yellow for curious. What the fuck is this shit, dude? Yellow for curious and red for not interested. But it goes deeper than that. Wristband guy, as it turns out, has zero tolerance for Gen Zers who flaunt their degradation, who brag about going multiple days or not eating or skipping work or school. He's told me if someone says, "Oh, I've gone for 6 hours straight," when everyone else is saying congratulations, I'm saying, hey, are you staying hydrated? Are you taking meal breaks?
It's like, oh, good for you. It's good
you need some sleep. The goal, said wristband guy, is to foster the conditions for a long, healthy goon life. So yes, you're correct that these guys are just kind of like hanging around and jack out. That's something that I've never experienced. Although I did back in my day in the 90s. Have you ever heard of the pizza circle jerk before?
No.
So you and a bunch of your buddies get together and you sit around the room. Maybe you guys in chat have heard of this, where you all order a pizza and then you eat the pizza like any group of bros would do, right? But then once you get to the last slice, you all drop your pants and you start jerking off over this last slice, and the last guy to come has to eat it.
Okay, but was this real?
You haven't done that before? No, okay. I don't know. I heard about that before, though.
Because what's really strange about this article, and it's a very, I mean, in my opinion, a very well written article. It's obviously very well researched and stuff, but it says certain things like it talks about the number of people that take this serious versus the number of people that are kind of in on the joke, and you know, it's hard to walk away from reading this article and have a real understanding of, you know, is this one of those kind of like Szechuan sauce moments where 95% of people are doing it because it's kind of the cool, fun thing to do? Or is this really a reflection of the state of a lot of Gen Z, mostly men, because of sort of societal changes? Like the article tries to write both ways. And as somebody who'd never heard of this before, I mean, do you have any insight as to, like, is this a real fucking thing that this is happening, you know, like all over the place? Like, people.
I gotta say, as much of a degenerate as I am, and I have, yes, chat, I have smoked meth before, and I've been around like underground circles and everything like that. And as much of a, you know, I do attend sex parties and BDSM parties and kink parties and all that stuff. all of this stuff about the wristband guy and being able to check up on each other, or even the fact that people are masturbating for 6 hours straight, even
right.
That's all new to me. I've never heard any
and they're doing it with the intention of not coming for a very long time, because coming isn't the goal in that case. The goal is
it's just feeling good and like looking at porn all day and just like not caring about anything else other than just touching your dick for hours, I guess. And so I certainly don't know whether that is real or not. You ask a great question, and I was asking myself the same questions. I was like, how valid is this reporter? He seems like a good reporter, but sorry, Tech, that you have to eat during this conversation.
Well, I bring Tech on because he probably knows about this. Like, I mean,
yeah, you're talking about edging.
No, I know what edging is, but it says this is not edging. And Lennon says, I thought this was a gaming show. I promise you, this is going to tie into what we were talking about with Colin in Smash JT.
Yeah,
but it's
you're
not
talking
edging.
about Soggy Biscuit too, right?
The article goes out of the way to say it's not edging. It's not about almost. It's about just a trend. It's almost sounds a little bit like tantric, something. Yeah, I'm not turning it into lolcow, Darth Nugget. This is a really real topic. It's not. I'm not joking.
Yeah,
this is journalism, guys. This is real journalism.
Yeah.
Okay.
As an expert in the field, right? This what you're talking about is called Soggy Biscuit, which is a known like internet lore thing of like, yeah, people will gather around and come on the last cookie and then eat the cookie.
Oh, see, there you go. Yeah, the pizza. Yeah. See, you get it.
One, yeah. That's a thing. It's also like a known thing in Mexico. Like the kids play this game.
People, they actually do it, or it's like somebody in the chat said, "Is this one of those things kids talk about?"
Wives' tales. I think it might be one of those. My dad told me when he was growing up in Mexico, they're like, oh yeah, the older kids, they'll gather around, and whoever doesn't come the farthest has to pick it all up and put it on their face. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, when I was 12, I heard the older kids from the high school, whoever didn't get it far enough, scoop it with your hands, put it on your face. I don't know if these are real things, Jaffe. I'm not sure. It's for sure like something that people know about.
Okay.
I've never seen
Well,
it.
there is this part of the article that talks about, and again, this is a really strange article to come from Harper's, because you'd think this would come from Cracked or maybe The Onion, because, unless I need to read it again, I don't understand what I'm supposed to take from it, because they do go into parts of this article where they talk about how so many men feel lonely and dejected and rejected, and that part of the porn that they jerk off to with the gooning stuff is about, it says the philosophy of Goon World is this: kill yourself, not literally, but spiritually, where mainstream porn invites the straight male viewer to imagine himself as the man on screen. Gooner porn constantly reminds viewers that they are alone, that they are masturbating to porn because no one would ever deign to sleep with them. Ruin your mind, go deeper, give up on life. These are Goon porn's basic slogans, the movement rallying cries.
Yeah.
Even Noodle Dude, as tame a practitioner as one can find in the space, and whose productions a non-gooner might conceivably find, if not arousing, at least not actively terrifying, has adopted the attitude. In the introduction to his video, he says, a woman's voice whispers ominously, or perhaps sexually, that over 210 million people worldwide are addicted to social media. You are one of those people. Keep scrolling further, deeper, forever and ever. Submit to porn. You cannot turn back, right? So that's why I wanted to bring it up too, because I do think there is this, and I'm not trying to sound like some NPR guy. I haven't researched this. I haven't looked into this. I'm not an anthropologist. We don't have I'm just saying that there's something fascinating in something that is linked to, like when we were talking about why do people watch Smash JT? It's clear they're not getting real information. Colin, anybody who's looking for data could look at the Colin interview last night and go, oh, okay, I might still like Smash JT, but Colin's correct and Smash is just talking insane. There's a sense of community and connection, and a sense of somebody saying, hey, we've got you. It reminds me when we would hear back in the 90s about all the gangs. Oh, the gangs are taking over. And it was so much about a lot of kids who joined gangs because they didn't have stable family homes. And this was the one place that they could feel that they had some kind of community and some kind of brotherhood or whatever. I do think that is why it's so connected to the Smash JT thing, because it's like we do a lot of things that aren't good for us in the name of somebody just be with me. You know, somebody just spend some fucking time with me, right? And we make fun of the people who need that, which further pushes them away. It's like
that's the whole incel problem, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm lucky. I have people to spend time with in the real world, and I have people on virtually that I like spending time with. But that's a privilege. Not everybody has that. And so I think it's an important discussion, or at least something to at least acknowledge, because it's so easy to make fun of these people. And I think the article does get into that. It's like, on one hand, it's a joke, it's a troll. But on the other hand, how is this that different than someone who sits all night and scrolls Instagram? You're still kind of going, I'm choosing digital over analog, which maybe there's nothing wrong with that either. Maybe analog has lost the script. It's like, look, the oligarchs have pissed off too many people in the analog land, at least in this land, which is, yes, controlled by the oligarchs. At least I get a sense of satisfaction.
Speaking about oligarchs in control, Jaffe, I don't know if you know this.
No, I don't know this.
But our chat right now can gift us a super chat to get Gene into a schoolgirl's outfit. Are you aware of this?
Well, I'm aware that David K just dropped $2. Thank you, David K. We appreciate that very, very much. David.
We're getting closer.
What number are we at right now?
We're at 213 out of 323.
You guys. All right, look. I didn't want to have to do this.
We're getting close, and I'm getting close. All right,
I didn't want to have to.
We're going to hit the goon state soon, guys.
I didn't want to have to.
I'm going to be joking. Go ahead, Jaffe.
Well, I could bring up, you guys could compete with Gene Park over video game trivia, but it'll cost you, $20 super chat to get in. But I don't know. Hey, look, this is what we made. So you're not going to see us in costumes next week. Sorry. That's okay. All right, Tech. Thanks, buddy.
No, wait. That's not what we made. I believe in our chat. What do we got? Like 5 minutes left?
No, we got much as Gene and I want to go, but
we can do it. We can do it by the end of the stream. I believe in you guys.
Oh,
you guys can do this.
Holy shit.
JSD! My man!
Knucklehead McGee.
I love you, JSD. I'm going to get a beer for JSD. I'll be right back.
Wait a minute. Did we make the number?
We did. We sure did.
Fucking yeah, Grandpa.
100
past it, baby.
Bucks.
Hell yeah! I'm gonna get a beer for JSD.
Hang on, we need to do a little gooning for JSD here. I don't even know how to do it. I don't know, JSD, if I could masturbate for 6 hours. I would just get bored.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna be masturbating for you off screen, but yeah, I'm gonna be like, JSD.
Could you masturbate in a room full of men, either digital or real, like this article suggests?
I have never done that in front of a man before.
I didn't say that. Could you? I don't think I could.
It depends on how much money is involved. It wouldn't have to be that much, but and who they are, I guess.
I could close my eyes, but I don't like going to strip clubs with men. Like when I was at Sony, it's like, hey, the marketing would always be, let's go to the strip club during E3,
really?
And I'd go, yeah.
Really?
But I mean, it was a different time. But I'd go, but I'm like, I don't want to sit here and start getting aroused in front of fucking, the head of marketing, who I have to have a meeting with tomorrow to figure out if we're going to be able to get an end cap for Twisted Metal 2012 at Target.
I used to go to so many strip clubs with politicians back in the day, man. It was crazy. And they'll just be like grabbing you all over the place. And I'm like, yeah, here I am, Gene Park. They'll grab my press badge because I would have.
Wait, the strippers would, not the
strippers
politicians.
Would be grabbing me. Yeah, the strippers would grab me, yeah.
Got it.
And then we'll be like, yeah, let's go in the back room. I'm comfortable with being sexual with other men. Like again, I've been to fucking orgies before, but I haven't performed in front of them.
Maybe it's men I know and work with. It's not so much the fact that they're men; it's the fact that it's like, dude, you're like Mike, the marketing guy. I don't want to. I don't have to see you in the office.
See, that's the difference. Like I'm Asian, so like for Asian guys, nice job, dude. Let's go. For Asians, that's how we do business. Is that we go to like the hostess bars together, and then we like harass women.
It's very true.
Together,
this is unironically true. I don't know if you know my background, Gene, but I used to do.
No, this is not locale. This is not locale.
I know it's not.
Nobody cares. We're here for games.
I work with Chinese businessmen all the time. They just love to go to strip clubs in Vegas.
All right. Okay, Grandpa. Okay, Grandpa. Shh.
Yeah. No, that's what
You're
you
old.
do. That's what my dad taught me. Well, that's why my dad brought me to those places, because he was like, if you want to grow up and be a real man's son, you have to navigate these arenas. You know,
Yeah.
and that's why I am a hostess club master. That's why I'm called Strip Club Jesus where I'm from. You know.
I like this Gene guy.
Yeah. Because they would all gather
Everybody
around me.
likes Gene.
They will all
Everybody
gather
likes
around me
Gene.
like the Last
He
Supper.
is
You know?
like the black Wesley Snipes version of George Clooney.
Is Wesley Snipes not black?
I don't know.
I don't know who this actor is.
Anna G, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, Jaffe schoolgirl outfit. I'm serious. I ain't wearing a schoolgirl outfit. I don't have the legs for it. But
I have a
that's
spare
fair.
one.
Yeah, I bet you do. But thank you very much, Anna G. And again, JSD, thank you, buddy. Well, here's the
JSD,
question.
Thank you so much, man.
Is there
JSD,
anybody
let me know what your
and,
Twitter is, JSD. I'll follow you back. So
there you go. Hey, Brandon Myers. Good to see you, buddy. He says, this has been hilarious. Here's a treat for the coolest guy. I don't know.
Thanks,
I don't know if he
Brandon.
means you or me, Gene, but that said, we appreciate it. Thank you very much for that generosity, all you guys. Now, here's my question. Have we kind of squeezed all the juice, if you will, out of the Goon article? If we have, then
I think
what's
so.
that?
What's interesting is that we get the writer ends by trying to goon himself.
He does.
Yeah. So he says, if there is a goon state, I failed even to reach its threshold, stalling instead at states better known to me: the state of despair, the state of panic, the state of paralyzed awe at the onrushing future. I sat alone with a laptop, watching myself watch other guys watch porn, wondering what the world will look like when I am old. This is what the world looks like when you're old, baby. We're old, and this is where we're at right now. You know.
Yeah, I like being older. I like it a lot. Gooning is sending super chats after they made the goal. You goddamn right.
Hell yeah.
So here's the question I have then. If you want to call in and talk to me or Gene, the phone's still open. Click on the top there. At this point, all of our topics have been exhausted. We will be back on Wednesday for another gaming. Come on, Gene. I can never remember the name.
We'll talk Gaming Exposed.
Gaming Exposed. Yeah. But I will say, what are you doing tonight, Gene? Do we want to just keep the stream going and drink alcohol and shit, or do we want to wrap it up?
We can keep going a little bit more if people want to call in. That's okay.
All right. So here's the deal. Here's the deal. And this cannot come from. No, I don't want to I don't want to become local. That's how local. They just okay. No, fuck it. Let's do it. If you guys want to donate money, great. But here's the deal. Bring me a beer, Tech.
Oh, okay. It's Mexican beer. So I don't know if you're.
What does that mean?
It comes with no ice for obvious political reasons.
What is that? What does it actually mean to me?
It's warm. It's warm. It's warm beer.
No ice.
All right. And MC Squared, thank you, buddy. Give us one more hour. We'll get. Now, what do you have? You have dope, or do you have? What do you have?
Do I have dope? I can get it edible. I can get it edible. I can pop that real quick.
Edible. Oh
yeah.
Oh, hang on. I don't want beer. I want. Hang on. Would you mind talking to the chat real quick, Gene?
Yeah. Well, chat. What do you?
By the way, if there's anybody in the games business, journalist, whatever, watching, I know there's a lot of you guys. You guys should come in and do some dope with me and Gene. It'll be good for your career.
Yeah.
I'm
You guys want to
one
talk?
of Calvin's THC things.
No beer.
Can I have a little THC? I don't know. I just want a little of that THC drink you have. Unless you have an edible. I mean, like a chewy. Thank you, baby. My boy's gonna bring me some drink. That's THC.
Someone keeps asking if I play Red Dead 2. Of course, I play Red Dead.
Where's Bunny? We should bring Bunny in. Have you met Bunny Button?
Has not played.
No, I haven't.
Could you see if Bunny's around? See if she wants to come meet Gene Park. She will love Gene Park.
Yeah, she just followed me after we announced the show. So I was like, okay. She seems like a lovely woman.
So delightful. I love.
I'll go knock on her door.
Okay, Gene, Jaffe, love you guys. Give us one more hour. We'll do the best we can. I mean, I'm springing this on Gene. Gene may be like, look, I got a date with a married woman. But look, we'll talk about at this point whatever you guys want to talk about. But just I want you to understand that we don't have topics at this point, so it'll be a shoot the shit.
I have a question about the article.
Yeah,
we get this camera set up. Boom. All right. Gene's big because he's the one that read the article.
I read the article. I have fucking highlights.
Who is the article reader? Who is the article aficionado out of you two?
Well, Gene's a writer, so he's
I'm
a
gonna ask Gene. That's why Gene's on the big screen.
Okay,
all right,
that's different though.
Did they cover jelking? And are you familiar with jelking?
I don't know what that is.
God, what? I kind of don't want to know what jelking is, but
your Google history is gonna know what jelking is. You know what like gauges on your ears are, right?
No, I don't like joking at all. Let's not talk about
What
that.
is it? What is it?
No. I don't want to hear about it at all.
Oh no! I just want to know. Don't do it. Just tell me what it is.
Yeah. No,
you take
I
the
will go
thing.
get the edible while Tech explains.
Okay.
You take your thing and you add a weight to the
Is
tip
your thing
of it.
your penis?
Yes.
Okay.
And you add a weight to the tip, and you let that weight kind of pull on it naturally throughout the day to kind of essentially rip some of the muscle fibers in there and extend the size of the thing over time. You're training a
Does it actually work?
Allegedly, I'm not putting a weight on the tip of my thing, dude.
Okay, but it's not something
I'm
do
heavy as it
because
is.
it feels good and it's a weird erotic thing. You do it because it's a way to get it bigger.
There's two communities. There's people that are like, I like the feeling, and there's also the I want bigger size.
Okay. I mean,
That's where we are.
I've never needed a bigger size, frankly. What did Bunny say? Is she around?
Bunny has not responded, but that's probably because I have not sent the message yet. So let me send that message.
Oh my God, send the fucking message. I think Gene Park and Bunny B will get along delightfully.
I feel like they're both like they give off lots of like similar feminine energy, so it'd be interesting.
I don't know about that. Darth Nugget says it'll just be skinnier and a bit longer, probably. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, because you can go to China and now Turkey these days, and you can do the leg increase size surgery. So
yeah.
I imagine you can do it with
jelking.
Yeah. I don't want to do it. No, we're done, Gene. We're done. No, we're done. We're not
2 inches.
It's crazy though that you don't even want to hear about it. Like it's just a weight on your penis. Are we thinking it's the same thing? Do you think it's something else?
No, I just don't want to hear about it. So
he wants to come across it naturally, Jaffe. Okay, there's an authenticity to being exposed to jelking first person.
Look, I am. It's nights like tonight that I am very glad that my Zoloft has pretty much tamped my sex drive down about 80%. Because the world that you guys inhabit where you know about this shit, I don't even want to think about it. I don't want to fucking think about it.
It's nights like this I wish your Zoloft didn't work. Because we could be out there gooning.
God damn it.
Someone says Gene and Bunny should share meth stories. No kidding. She has a background too. She's prior service.
She did meth, but it was an accident. I think somebody snuck her meth and she thought it was dope.
Oh yeah. I remember that story.
Yeah.
Meth is cool. Meth is fine.
I've never done that.
How did I get into it? My boss forced me to fucking smoke it.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Good boss.
It was fucked up. No, it was fucked up.
Will this have an effect on me?
I was like, why am I at work and now getting addicted to meth? This is fucked up. This is so stupid.
Hell yeah. Was it for like an article, or he was just like, it'd be funny and I pay you?
No, because they were just trying to take advantage of me and just trying to get me fucking high and whatever. So
listen to me, Gene. L'chaim. This is drinkable THC. I don't know. Here we go. How much did you just take? How many milligrams?
20. So
more than I took. This is 10. Pink lemonade, baby.
And it's been over 20 years since I've done meth. I haven't done it since I was 24. So I'm 44 now.
Free dental care is meth. What does that mean?
Yeah, I don't
44, Gene?
I'm 44
Yeah,
now.
Gene looks young, man.
Yeah, he looks young. Well,
thank you. Well, I mean,
there's not, there's not a lot of hair.
Gray,
I was going to say, there's not a lot of hair to go off of.
Thank you, MC Squared. Thank you, pal.
Thank
now,
you
look,
again,
I
MC
want some
Squared.
game people in. I want Cliffy B coming in. I want to get some. I want the Ken Levines in.
I would love Cliffy in here.
Let's go.
I've never
Enough
actually
of this
talked to that guy.
horse shit. I know there's game people watching this. Get your asses in here. Real Radic, thank you for the super chat. Says, any thoughts on that VGC article by Andy Robinson about 1,200 journalists leaving games media? Will it only get worse? I read this. Have you read this, Gene?
I didn't read it, but I've heard of it, and it's not a surprising metric because the broader journalism market has decreased by tens of thousands in the last year. So this is just on trend as journalism is literally dying. And
in general, not just games journalism.
Just in general. So that's why it's like you don't see me like being like, oh, solidarity with people who lost their jobs, because it's like if I do that, I'm going to do that every fucking day, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, I do it with my own coworkers, man. My coworkers just got laid off like last week or whatever too. What am I supposed to do? Cry about it every single time? I can't. This is just a reality of it, you know?
Do you think? I mean, if somebody came to you and said, "Hey, here's my son, my daughter. They want to be a journalist," what would you say? Like not like a games journalist, but
I'll tell them don't do it. Don't do it.
So is it just are we done? Are we dead? I mean, I think journalism, obviously, like many people, is important.
But I don't think that journalism will be trusted for as long as we're alive. So that's what I'll say. I think we've lost a generation. Gen Z is lost already. They're gone. You know, Gen Alpha is probably going to be gone too. So I mean, whoever is alive right now,
they're fucking heroes, man. I mean, I get that journalists have done some bad things, but a lot of people have done some bad things. But I don't want to throw out the baby with the bathwater. I mean, people.
It has to be generational, right? Because your age, right? Your advanced age, Jaffe.
Yes, I am 54. I don't want to be.
Journalism was the only way to get the information.
Acting like we all want to be in our 20s again. I hated my 20s.
Wouldn't it be nice to have knee joint issues be gone? Anyways,
you have knee joint issues. You
found out to be in my 20s. I loved my 20s. You know,
20s are basic. Yeah. I was doing meth in my 20s. Ain't that right, Gene?
Yeah, me too.
Stan. Gen Z, right? They get their information from everywhere and everyone, right? It's the people that were in Nepal on their cell phones, live streaming to Twitter, the fucking revolution of their entire government. That's what they want to see. They don't want to hear some guy who has a degree from the University of Nevada. Okay, say your point instead of mine.
No, what you're saying, I absolutely love. I think journalism, like every other industry, has to evolve. But the problem is it's not evolving with the consumer still having the demand of this must be accurate.
Look,
like you should be able to go to Smash JT and go, I like this guy, but you know what? I can't trust him anymore because Colin, as much as I don't like what he's saying, Colin is absolutely right about this. And JT wasn't willing to entertain that with any kind of intellectual curiosity. They should be able to at least know when they're being fed horse shit.
I hear you, but everyone cries about media literacy, right? That's the biggest fucking complaint from people. No one knows. But the thing is, when you were growing up, right, you knew the name of a journalist, right? You knew the name of a reporter, and it was like it came from this guy's mouth. I trust it. It's there.
It wasn't always true, but
it wasn't always true. But Gen Z does not have that same stigma about trust this one person. It is I want all the facts. I don't care if it's from 30 different people, 30 different accounts. I will go through it and then think about what I think about. Right? No one has
no one. What I'm saying is we're agreeing on that. I love that Gen Z has a lot of buffet, and but what you're assuming they also have is the ability and desire to then parse that and go, a little bit of this is true, a little bit of this is bullshit. Like I can watch Fox News, I can watch the right-wing news, of which I'm not a right-wing guy, and go, there are still things they say that I'm like, yeah, that's true. I don't like it, but it's true.
Remember,
I'm not saying that.
Let Gene go.
Remember all the surveys a couple years ago where people were saying most American people trust the Daily Show over their local paper. That was the canary in the coal mine right there, you know. And to not to praise JT, but I will praise him. You know, honestly, look, I've been in the regular media business, not games media business, regular media business. I work at Gannett Newspapers, which runs USA Today. I worked at the Huffington Post. I worked at a small startup. I've worked at a local newspaper, and of course, I worked at the Washington Post. And I have experience within CNN, ABC News, CBS, the New York Times, wherever. I've touched all these places. My experience is that people in the journalism business are not creative and do not know how to navigate the 21st century period. and don't know how to do it creatively and imaginatively and in a way that is trustworthy to build an audience. So when you look
even
at
people your age,
even people my age, I'm a millennial. You see millennials are fucking stupid, you know? Like we haven't achieved anything. Our biggest achievement was making fucking Facebook, you know? That was it. And then Ivanka Trump, you know, and Jared Kushner. These are our top millennials at the moment, you know. Tulsi Gabbard, the chief of the director of national intelligence. She's the same.
You've met her. Would you say you're friends with her or no?
We used to be friends. I don't know if I call ourselves friends now, but we used to drink together all the time because we.
You think she's a Russian asset? Because that's the claim.
I think that she is somebody who will do whatever it takes to gain power.
Really? Would you say that to her face?
Yeah, I probably would. Yeah.
Special guest tonight, Gene.
Let's bring him in tonight.
Tulsi Gabbard.
Hey, what's up? Well, I mean, like, there's because Tulsi and I used to be friends. We used to hang out all the time. She was a city councilwoman when I was covering city council in Hawaii. So, and it's like, hey, you're young, I'm young. Let's hang out. Let's be young. Let's be the millennials, bro. We're the millennials. And now look at us. We're fucking old and useless, you know.
So you think yeah, I mean, because we see what's happening now, right? When you can't hold power accountable, we get a lot of fucking problems. I mean, it's a real tragedy, man. It really makes me quite sad.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's funny because the Harper's issue that's the same issue that has this Gooniverse article.
Yeah.
Also has a whole article talking to a bunch of other media heads about why people don't trust the media anymore. And they just kind of go back and forth. You know why I find articles like that useless is because you're asking the people in the media who have created this problem for themselves why they have this problem for themselves. And it's like I think it would be more valuable to ask regular people like why they don't trust the media as opposed to just this gooning circle jerk of media people just staring at each other's fucking cocks all day and wondering like, oh God, what's wrong with your cock? What's wrong with my cock? You know.
Okay, but is that maybe then that does explain some of the appeal of Smash JT, which he's like, I don't want to hear from these lying games journalist and Colin who's in the know. This guy's a real dude like me and he wants transparency. Now when you pin him down, he doesn't know what he wants transparency for. It doesn't make the games better or worse. It's just he wants to say that because he knows it's a dog whistle. But I guess I get it. Listen to this, Gene. What else we get are some very generous super chats from the audience. By the way, MC Squared says thoughts on Colin versus Smash JT. You missed it. We spent a good 2 hours on that at the top. But basically,
Scrub Back is way earlier.
Sure. But basically, we thought he got, Smash JT got his ass handed to him as he should have, and hopefully he'll learn from it, but he probably won't. Do we know what a Blumpkin is? Says Mormon Fetus. I do. I think it's one of the most disgusting things. I can't fathom being aroused by a Blumpkin. You know what that is, Gene?
What is it?
Oh, you don't know?
No, just let him go look it up. Come back.
No, let me describe it.
No, let's watch his face when he sees what it is.
Hold on.
Everybody watch Gene's face. Give him a close-up, Tech.
Getting bigger.
Oh, God.
Yeah, right? I mean, right?
Yeah.
Wait, are you guys not a fan of the Blumpkin?
No, God, no. And I'll tell you what, if I ever catch you and my child while we're sharing the same apartment doing Blumpkins, I'm going to fucking vomit everywhere. I want to hear about
say
it.
that.
I just did.
You're supposed to be supportive or some shit. Anyways.
I'm supportive, but not, you don't
get like a little chubby when you're holding in a poop. It's like, the toilet's a little far away.
No, not
I'm
even
driving
close.
home.
Not
As I
even
well.
close. And listen to this, Timbuktu.
No.
Thank you so much for the super chat. No. You're wrong, Timbuktu. Your math is off. It's not 2/3 Madhouse. It is Madhouse. Because here is our pal, the one, the only Miss Bunny Button. You are on Bunny. It me. Hey. Are we going to see you tonight, B, or no?
No, I'm in my jammy jams.
I want to see you in your jammy jams. I bet they're all cozy and cute and shit. What?
Are they felt?
You can't see me, my delicates.
You're delicate. Okay, well, meet Gene Park. He is a wonderful pal, and he is a reporter for the Washington Post, and he's a smart guy. Gene, this is Bunny. Bunny, this is Gene.
Good evening, madam.
So nice to meet you, Gene.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance. Likewise.
Have you ever heard, Bunny, we were talking about gooning? I know you know the term, but I always thought when people said gooning, it just meant masturbating.
No, I think it's a new word for like lusting.
I don't even
well,
know.
the term has changed over time. Gooning originally, by the way, thank you, One Pump Man, for the $5. It says, "You two are the craziest nerds. Which one of you has the best crazy gaming industry story?" Ooh, I want to hear this one.
Probably.
Why'd you make Bunny big? Anyways,
Well, because I thought she was coming on camera with her
she's not.
delicates.
Anyways, gooning
Or unmentionable.
originally is what the article is saying. It is a long form of masturbation that has no end goal in terms of like completion, but it is the losing yourself to the movement, the moment. You never want to let it go.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? You got to capture. You can't let it slip.
We know what you're doing. We know what you're doing. I knew it from the start. You having to explain the joke does not make it funnier.
I'm gonna explain the joke. Anyways, now it just means kind of like you are kind of lusting for someone, right? Like, oh, you're feeling a little bit tempted by this individual.
Yeah, it's
but it means you're constantly going for 6 hours.
Not
That's
anymore.
What the article says it means.
Yeah, the current terminology is like, oh, why are you gooning for them? Like, oh, what are you gooning right now because you're like, oh, she has a nice pair of breasts, or like.
I first heard gooning in sex work. There was a trend that popped up with DOMs where they would make goon material where it would be just like an endless loop of them dancing or something.
Sure,
and
there you go.
The point was to like make them zone out while watching it, and then it makes them more susceptible to emptying their wallets.
That's correct. Yes. That's
wow!
correct.
The wallet thing. We got to try.
It's kind of like
that, Gene.
hypnotic. Yeah, it's
Okay.
really like hypnotic, kind of like a 6-hour loop of just like a girl dancing.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just
Really? Where can I get those?
That's amazing.
Wait,
Gene,
where?
you can check out my OnlyFans, Gene. That's onlyfans.com/techprotect.
Oh boy.
He says Bunny Big. Yep, there you go. It's always good to have Bunny. And then K-Nub says, give this to Bunny. I will. Thank you, buddy. You guys. So Bunny.
Yeah.
What's been going on in your life? Gene Park here is a man about town. People say he looks like Wesley Snipes and George Clooney. What do you think about that?
I see it.
Bunny don't have a mean bone in her body.
Especially the Wesley Snipes. I see it. Yeah.
You could be breaking into Bunny's home and she'd shoot your head off, but she'd apologize when she pulled the trigger. She said, I'm so sorry. Bless your heart. I'm so sorry. Okay.
Why'd you make me do that?
What are you doing tonight? Are you high?
I will be.
I just took a bunch of Cal's drink high. Hasn't kicked in yet, though. That's like a THC drink or something. I don't know anything about this. I don't know anything about this.
I just popped the 20 milligram gummy. So.
And that has hit you or not yet? Takes about 10 more minutes.
I can never honestly tell. Honestly,
Yeah.
It just like I get relaxed, obviously. So like if I start talking nonsense, that's probably when it starts hitting me.
What is your go-to food when you're high? Because I'm starting to feel Little Caesars pizza.
Oh, Little Caesars pizza. Okay.
Yeah, I like Little Caesars.
Gosh.
Extra pepperoni sounds good right now.
I go for nuggets a lot, chicken nuggets. That's it's just easy because Taco Bell, of course, is the classic. But you don't have a lot of like good taco. Well, DC fucking food sucks, dude. I hate it here. I need to move out elsewhere.
When you move, now you have to be there though, right? Because your beat could take you anywhere. You'd think they'd put you in San Francisco for what you do.
Yeah, but I work at an old-fashioned place, and they want us in the office, so.
They don't have different satellite offices for the Washington Post?
They do, but they've been closing down. So there's that,
So
I used to work with the Korea office. I actually did the first live stream out of North Korea ever once.
You've been to North Korea?
I have not, but I had a reporter there, and I helped her set up the live stream. And
is she dead?
Her North Korean handlers didn't even know she was fucking doing that in her hotel room. But we did tell them, and they were like, "Oh, it's okay." And it's like, really, like the first ever live stream. It's like, that's fine. It was just in the hotel room. I was like, okay.
Wait a minute.
Cool.
Okay, so are you saying our take on North Korea is all propaganda? Because that sounds like they would never let that happen.
Well, she just. I mean, they checked it, and she didn't say anything that was like wrong or weird, So
yeah,
they were chill about it. That's the thing, because like they like her because she's been going back and forth in North Korea, so they kind of knew her. And she was like, "Oh, they don't know about it." And I was like, "Are you sure? Are you?" I was a little scared. I thought she was gonna fucking die. Trust me,
I
was scared. And I was like, I don't want you to have to live stream if you're gonna fucking die. She's like, "Don't worry about it. It's fine." And I was like, "Okay." And then it was fine. So
okay.
Why are we talking about North Korea?
Oh, Gene.
I don't know. Let's talk about fast food.
Because I
I
wanted to ask you where you would move to do your job if you could move anywhere. What place?
I would love to move to Seattle because I have family there, and Kurt Cobain's from there too, and Jimi Hendrix. So
you guys make this show a big hit, and then Gene can move wherever he wants.
Dude, if we're like Asmongold Massive or something, or not even like half as big as that, then I could just go wherever I want. You know,
this is the best game show on the internet.
You know how much Asmongold makes a year, right?
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to fucking hear.
I'll get so mad
I
if you hear
don't want to fucking hear what.
Rough estimate. What do you think, Gene? Rough estimate.
I would say maybe 10 million a year. You know,
that's about right.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because Charlie Moist Critical said that he's made $35 million over his whole career, which is like an insane amount of money for a guy in his white underwear T-shirt and long hair to just be like, oh well, this is one of my thoughts. I love the guy. I I'm not saying that he sucks or anything like that. I'm just saying that that's like an insane amount of money for a guy who's just hanging around.
It's interesting.
Effort. Like his videos are barely edited too. That's a crazy thing.
Talking about like the gaming space, especially when it comes to like content creators in gaming, right? Pokimane was probably one of the first like big names to be like, I'm cutting the like super chats or members for my channel. Don't gift me anything. I already make enough money. Fuck you guys. Keep your shit. Right? We saw that I think last year.
Making you guys a lot of money from what, sponsors and stuff?
Just from ad revenue from YouTube. And then she was her money was so good outside of like contributions from the community. She was chilling. But you know who doesn't? You know who doesn't have that? Gene Park and David Jaffe. If you guys want to drop a super chat and support our channel, that'd be great. It makes these guys able to live and eat food and not cereal as dinner.
I love cereal.
No cereal for dinner.
I would be okay. I don't want to be poor, but I could be good at it because I love ramen. I love mac and cheese.
I want to be able to afford.
Cereal's expensive, by the way. Let's be clear. Cereal.
You've made it.
To buy Frosted Krispies the other day, and it was $6.90 for a box.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You're rich when you don't have to question being able to get Five Guys. Is there still Five Guys on H Street down in DC?
Yes. Yeah. No, I eat there all the time. Yeah.
But it's like a single meal for one person is like $27.
Yeah, it's like 20 for 20. Yeah, it's like $30.
It's so
you
bad.
know you're white trash when you say Five Guys instead of like Ruth's Chris or something. That's your aspirational restaurant.
No, Five Guys is just it's supposed to be an affordable fast food burger place, but it is like $30 for one meal for one person.
Yeah.
It is such a fucking. But the one on A Street's not bad. They keep it pretty clean. I'm a big fan of the one in DC.
You guys be nice to Tech in the chat, guys. He lost his show today. He couldn't go live.
Yeah,
he's got to get this. He's like a gooner. He's just got to get this shit out.
Buddy, they took my show away.
They didn't fire him. They just moved it around.
Yeah, they were like, "Hey, we're gonna replace you with this other show, so you got the day off, or you can stream it like the middle of the night. Fuck you." And I was like, "Oh, okay, I guess so." So if you want to help me out, support Jaffe because he still pays the bills here. That'd be fucking great.
Listen to this. Awesome Tatum says, "You know you're doing all right once ramen isn't in your weekly dinner rotation." Oh, I know. I'm just saying I really like it. Like I love ramen. You know.
Yeah,
to me,
here are my 2 meals.
Looking at prices when doing groceries. Yeah, for sure.
My 2 meals for today.
Your 2 designated meals for the day.
But look, okay.
Yeah,
Whenever I go shopping, Bunny, I say, "What do you and Sarah want?" They get their own groceries, but I'm always throwing stuff in the cart.
And I'm like, "Give me the cheapest fucking ramen possible. Don't spend money on me." So like, this was
ramen's the good ramen. It's got
more. Yeah. This was on sale. 2 cups of ramen was $1.42 for 2 bowls of the fucking ramen. Hell yeah, brother! That's my meals for the day.
Is that Maruchan? Is that the?
It's Maruchan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I fucking love Maruchan.
Look what Galaradon wrote. Nobody told me the Goon videos were so loud. Now everyone in the library is watching me. Let's crank call Colin.
I got his number.
He's out.
Yeah, that's why it'll be good.
Yeah, we have his phone number.
Tell him it's an emergency. Tell him Dustin finally went round the bend.
Who's the most famous person you have a phone number for? You think
me or
me?
Yeah. Both of you.
Bunny.
This is interesting.
Bunny knows famous people. I know a few, but I don't. Not
I'll say mine. Mine's probably Sam Hyde, or I guess Keemstar. I got those two.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's pretty famous. Keemstar. I used to call myself Gene Star back in the day.
Oh, yeah. Funny. Because Keemstar's famous.
Because I actually like his content. I used to like his content a lot. Yeah. He's still pretty good.
I work for the guy.
Oh, you do? He's like the PT Barnum of the internet. The modern day PT Barnum. I love him. I love him.
Yeah, I do a show with him.
Hey Matt, you're on the show. What do you want to talk to me and Bunny and Colin? No, what's his name? Gene and what's his name? What is your name? Tech Protect.
I got a couple things. Any of you guys interested in checking out Dispatch?
Yeah,
the game Dispatch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, big fan. I think I have a Steam key. Let's see.
Yeah.
I haven't. Have you played it yet? I know it just came out this week.
I played the first 2 episodes. I guess they're dropping like 2 episodes at a time weekly, which I think is a bit of a bad move.
How is it though? How were the first 2 episodes?
They were fantastic. I mean, really, really good.
Really? Well, that's great to hear because I like the idea of it. If you don't know, it's like a Telltale game, right? But it's about a guy who works in the dispatch for superheroes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's got like a management sim aspect to it too. So
okay.
Yeah. Jacksepticeye does a voice there.
It's and Moist Critical.
I thought
Moist Critical. Yeah, it's
the guy in the goddamn Mad Men. What's his name?
John Hamm from Mad Men.
No, not Mad Men. Breaking Bad.
Oh, Aaron Paul.
Right?
Yeah, he does the main character's voice, and then Laura Bailey's like the main chick.
I realize I've never asked Jaffe this. Are you related to the guy from Critical Role? You know,
Taliesin or whatever.
Yeah, Taliesin Jaffe.
No, I don't believe so. I've never met him, but I think that I do get his badge sometimes when I go to Comic-Con. I'm like, no. One. Oh yeah, we should call Alana Pierce. Alana Pierce. I got a bone to pick with Alana Pierce at this point, Bunny Button.
Yeah, who's that?
Well, I understood when she worked at Sony, she could never come on the show. Now she don't work at Sony anymore. She don't call. I've tried to have her. I did one of her charity
6 months ago.
I've been trying to
over a year, I think.
She didn't ghost
me. Love you like I love you,
Ghost
Jaffe.
is what's up, Bunny?
So she don't love you like I love you, Jaffe.
Bunny, I listen to me. Now you listen to me. You're the only Gene. I want you to listen to this now. Are you listening?
Mm-hmm. I'm here.
You know what sucks, Gene? We were building like a real podcast for a while. People were like coming here for polite discussion and
what are we? What's
what you want to call it?
I think he's feeling the weed.
I know. I'm looking at my phone for the most famous people I have. So I
was gonna say Bunny Button's the only woman that ever convinced me to put an ice cube up my butthole.
Let me see.
Oh, geez,
that's true.
Mm-hmm. A special moment.
It's a special moment for us. You goddamn right.
I have a Hassan Piker on my phone.
That's pretty up there.
I think the most famous person I have on my phone is definitely AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Call her.
Oh.
I got her. I'm not going to call her. I have Aaron Hansen from the Game Grumps here.
When you're ready to quit your job, you call her on this show. When you don't need a job in normal news media.
Oh, okay. The only politician I have on my phone is. Do you know who Brian Sandoval is?
Kind of. That sounds familiar.
Governor of Nevada, like back when I was in high school.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
That's it. I don't think I have any other politician. I met Obama.
Matt is still here.
I never met Obama, but I used to stalk him because I was part of the White House press pool.
Wait, hang on, guys. Anything else, Matt?
Yeah, we could. Let's say we were gonna put Bunny Button into Twisted Metal. What kind of car would she drive, and what would she ask for from Calypso?
Well, she would drive a clown car, and her special weapon would be based on that whole thing about how many clowns can you fit in a car kind of thing. So she would just release like suicide bomber clowns whenever she activated her special weapon, and maybe the longer she waited between releases, there would be more. And somebody like Gene, who sees metaphor in video games, would go, "Oh, that's like representing gooning," is what would happen. What she would want, she would want Dolly Parton to live forever.
I do want that with all my heart.
There you go, Matt. Thank
That's
you, buddy. We
fair.
appreciate it.
You guys have a good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Frank Last.
Very generous
Thank you,
super
Frank
chat.
Last.
I just
Appreciate
got
you, man.
here. No way, Bunny's here. Hey, Gene and Jaffe Tech and Chat. Hello, buddy. Thank you for the very generous super chat. Bunny, talk to the world. Have you had a chance to tell the world about what you and Rob are building yet, or no? Like, is that public?
Yeah, we're still putting it together. We've posted a couple little teasers in the Discord. But we got to put it all together. Once it's all together, it'll all make sense. It's hard to explain.
Okay, but you're going to monetize it, right?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're just gonna be putting it on YouTube and then seeing what happens.
Okay.
Yeah. Bunny's voice is amazing. Can I just say that?
She dresses up. No, I'm going to talk over you. You're the woman. Quiet now.
Okay.
Because don't even bring that in here, Bunny. God damn it! I started it. No, Bunny is so fucking delightful, but she dresses up as a clown on camera. Her makeup is staggeringly great. And she's sweet as pie, man. Gene doesn't care. That was for you. That was for your ears, Bunny.
Thank you.
No. So I'm actually putting up my Sora 2 AI app, right? Because I'm still on that stuff, and I was gonna send you, Jaffe, on Discord a video of because I'm using Sora to kind of create my ideal Gene Park, right?
Yeah, you sent us one last week, which was great with you getting in the mech.
Yeah. But so
Not the mech, the Evangelion. I know you don't know what that fucking is because you hate anime.
Yes.
All right.
Shut up,
Jaffe. You should watch Evangelion.
You should.
I'll write it down.
So my two biggest dreams, because Buddy was talking about Dolly Parton being immortal, right? And I totally support that. I would love to be immortal myself too. So I put it to Sora. So my two Sora wishes were depict me as immortal, which is where I was why I was getting to the Evangelion mech, right? See a tech. And my other one is being a lead singer in a country band where there's a redheaded country girl with freckles, and she's playing the fiddle for me.
Do you know what Bunny looks like?
I do. I'm looking at the pictures right now. So that's what I'm
really looks like.
Yeah. So
You
that's
just
all. I'm
described
gonna
her.
send you this video. Like, maybe we can pop it on screen or something. But
Yeah. Yes, we know our numbers have dropped, dude. We've been going for like 2.5 hours. We did the show. This is the after party. You know what YouTube is introducing? Is they're introducing the ability midstream to jump from everyone to members. Like ideally, this would be the members only after party we do sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Because then you're not gonna. Look, we're talking about all kinds of crazy shit now, and we're both high. The prettiest goddamn clown ever to cross the goddamn fjord is here. Nobody's gonna. We're gonna drop a little bit. But that's how you think Jay-Z worried when he put out the first album? He did, actually.
oh wow,
But-
the Chucky outfit is amazing from yesterday.
What is?
Bunny's Chucky outfit.
Oh my God, she's.
Oh, thank you.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I sent you that. I sent you that country AI video, by the way, of me singing.
Okay, there's old JSD. Thank you, buddy. Your money back.
JSD,
Somebody got
thank you,
paid
man.
today, or maybe somebody knows what really happened with Napoleon's jewels at the Louvre. Huh? Wink. That's why my humor doesn't land. You have to know the jewels were stolen from the Louvre this week in broad daylight. Nobody cares about.
Yeah, I saw that. That was crazy in broad daylight.
It's like a fucking movie.
Rascals.
I just did Jay-Z there. Yep. I like what he does. I don't know why he does it. Is he burping or is he saying yep? Yep. I don't know. Look at these super chats. Frank Last just got here. No way Bunny's here. Hey, we did that one already. JSD says Bunny's Chucky makeup was awesome. And MC Squared says, great show, guys. Off to bed. It's 2 a.m. here. I sleep. I don't think so, sir. You'll be back in 20 minutes. I guarantee you. And if you come back in 20 minutes, you owe us another $20. Just so you know. Oh God. But Bunny, listen.
Yeah.
You and Gene should go on a date. Well,
Oh yeah.
I don't want you with other men, but if you had to be with another man, Bunny, it would be Gene.
Oh, okay.
You know why?
Why?
I have no idea.
Because he's awesome.
He is awesome, but I'm just saying things at this point.
I know what
No.
the lady is like. I'm just quoting Halo. Just trying to keep it gamerish, you know.
Bunny.
The ladies like.
You know, Gene, Bunny and I tried to make a show too, and it was so good, but we just
so now
everybody just hated us.
So, Bunny, let me get some feedback from you, because last week Jaffe and I kind of talked about like maybe starting a Manosphere podcast, right? Like we're going to be the anti-Andrew Tates.
Oh, okay.
But some people were asking me about like, you know, how. Well, Jaffe asked me how my dad might have taught me how to treat women, right?
Yeah.
And
tell her what he said, because I think some of that's crazy. 1 second. Poncho will bring you on in a second, buddy. If you want to call in, the link's at the top of the YouTube. Sorry, Gene, go.
Yeah. So what my dad taught me, what Daddy taught me, was that if you're going to be out with your girlfriend and all of her friends, and they're all ladies, you should take care of all of their bill.
I've heard that. Yeah, I've heard that.
Okay, but do you agree with that? Like,
how does that make you feel?
I don't agree with that, because I feel like a bunch of grown women should be prepared for, to pay for their own way
and expect to pay for their own.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you shouldn't expect someone else's man to pay for you. But I have heard that. I know a lot of people do.
Yeah, it's old fashioned. Like someone in chat said, yeah, that's very old fashioned. Maybe not in this economy. I don't really do it anymore. Although I did do it the other week when I was out in New York and I was having dinner with just a bunch of lady friends, and I was the oldest and probably the most well-off person there. So I was like, well, let me just take care of the bill here, even though I kind of didn't want to.
You're a gentleman.
Well, wait a minute. So you're saying if a guy goes out. Okay, a couple questions. Does the guy have to know the friends are coming beforehand, or he can back out and still be a gentleman?
Oh, I think you already know that they're coming already.
Okay,
so you should probably plan for that.
So if you don't have a lot of money, if you're like poor, or you can't afford, you can barely afford to pay for you and your date, is it the proper thing to do is just walk away and say, oh, I can't make it then? Because you can't afford. If you're a woman dating a guy who's spending money he doesn't have, that's probably the least romantic.
I probably have to find another girl who wouldn't have the expectation, basically, because I know I've dated old fashioned women who would look at that and be like, that was really good, Gene. This is why I love you, versus someone like Bunny who'd be like, no, these women should be able to pay, my friends should be able to pay for them damn selves or whatever. So I would have to find someone like Bunny versus all the women
just talking black.
No, I'm trying to. I'm
high.
Black. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you said ebonic. It was very like ebonics. Is that right?
I don't think that's you're allowed to say that anymore, Jaffe.
Ebonics is a bad word.
Ebonics is.
Okay, well, what do you? What's the? It's something AV. Okay,
yeah.
I did not know. That it was a class they taught.
It was a class.
Right.
Yeah,
So to me, that's the name.
Yeah, I was totally old enough to have that class in college too. Or not?
Right. I just didn't know that it told. Oh, that word's more offensive. Use African American vernacular or something.
Yeah.
What's the porn thing? The AVNs.
The AVNs. Yeah.
That stands for video. What?
Network or something.
Network. Okay.
Yeah.
Listen. Well, I have a question.
Full of myself.
What, Bunny?
Nothing.
I'm okay. Let's be clear next time, Gene Park of the Washington Post. You democracy darkness motherfucker. Let's be clear about something. If you do a show with me and I say I'm going to get high, I'm going to get high.
He's going to get high.
I don't want you to. People get mad at me sometimes because they're like, dude, you're talking nonsensical. I'm like, yeah, you said to get high.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do with this?
Yeah. So I've become a blithering idiot now in front of everyone right now. That's what's happening.
They all love you, Gene. Yeah, Gene, stop being that way about yourself.
Obviously, the edible is now working its magic right now. That's for damn sure. I can see that. But it's definitely kicked in. So.
Oh, yeah, Matt, you're right. I get high off the pot. Let's bring Poncho in. Bunny, would you
Poncho,
like to talk?
Yeah, welcome back to the show, man.
Yeah, Poncho.
Oh, shut up, Simon. Handle your high. This is how I handle my high, whore. Poncho, what's up? You're on with Gene and Ms. Bunny
Hey
Button.
guys, I thought I'd be cheeky and try and push for 2 call-ins in one show.
Hello,
I've got a question that I've
Oh,
always wanted to
I love
ask Gene.
it.
Do they have
Always wanted to
pots
ask
in
you,
Europe?
Yeah.
Gene, if you were
Why would
tasked
they
with
go to pot
remaking
Europe?
Devil May Cry with like RE engine style remakes, would you go for 1 or 3 first?
Oh man, fuck. You're gonna make me betray my Silent Hill 2 takes, but I feel like DMC3 would be the real good answer, you know. But well, the reason why I say that is because like I miss like the Victorian Gothic aesthetic of 1, but 3 also has that too, you know. So you can still kind of get it. I don't know. I would welcome both. I would be super excited for both. I don't know. I don't even know what Jaffe wrote, but yeah.
No, I was drawing a smiley face. See, with I doodle.
That looks
and
like boobs.
You're right. I smiley face and a little slanted smile, and it's like, oh, that looks like a woman. I'm like, I didn't mean to do that, but
It looks like Clippy.
Cliffy B.
It looks like what?
Little
Clippy.
Can I show you guys a great game that we can all play?
What?
You guys talk. Let me set this up. God, I want Little Caesars pizza.
I gotta go soon.
You gotta go soon. I should probably go soon too. It's already a 9.
All right. Wait a minute. I got high for you guys to go.
Well, come hang out in my Discord. We're talking about cults and watching cult videos.
Oh,
We're
I
starting
didn't
a
know you
cult.
guys were doing something tonight, B. Oh, I'm sorry. I had no idea.
No, it's okay. No, it's okay.
Oh, was there a thing that you're supposed to be at right now? Actually, I was supposed to be meeting a friend soon, but they haven't texted at all. I think I think they just flaked on me. So
Oh no.
I know.
Bitch.
I'm gonna be here with my video games.
Yeah, who is it? We'll find them.
Yeah. All right, Bunny. Maybe once I wrap up here, I'll come see you guys.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks, Bunny.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, buddy. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Gene.
Take care.
She's sweet. She's such a nice lady. She's cool.
She is cool.
Poncho, are you here?
Yeah. What's up?
I don't know.
This is wild. It's like 2 a.m. here, and I'm stuck working.
It's
Well,
2 a.m.
What do you do if you're able to tell us?
I work for trying to work out how I can say this. I work for not a game studio, but an entertainment software company. There's just some problems happening at the minute that I'm trying to oversee, but I'm also watching a screen with like a progress bar, so I'm checking into this podcast at the same time.
I've committed. It's a woman now.
Oh dear.
I mean, listen now.
Jaffe gets fucking funny when he's high, man. Holy
Jeffy's
shit.
gone.
See, okay, let's.
I don't know if it's term in the US, but in the UK, when like someone gets to Jaffe's level, we call that greened out.
Yeah.
I don't understand. It's like
he's greened out.
He's greened out Santa Claus right now, you know.
You're an alcoholic.
Former, yes.
Well, you're all. Come on. What we say in the program, Gene.
Yeah. Once you get, you can never get back out. You know. I don't know.
But
I actually haven't done
drink. You drink, you know, to get drunk.
To get drunk, yes. Yeah.
When I smoke pot or whatever I just did, why would I not? Why would I disrespect this?
See, that's what I never understood when like people would just be able to like have a drink in the middle of the day, like when you watch fucking shows like Mad Men and they just like pour themselves a whiskey like at like 12.
Yeah,
it's like how are they not fucking like just like vomiting by 6 p.m. and be like, fuck, why the fuck was I drinking at work or whatever? You know, I don't understand how. Like I drink to get drunk, absolutely.
It's not real, Gene. It's the show.
But
it's
like,
not real whiskey, Gene. It's colored water.
But I live here in DC where the West Wing and fucking House of Cards were, and like sure enough, there's a lot of people who just drink in the middle of the day, and it's like, what the fuck are we doing? But then they all go to sleep at 9 p.m. But it's like when I drink, I want to drink till fucking 2 a.m. and then I want to go find the secret boom boom room place.
It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday. Tech, go get me and Gene some Little Caesars pizza.
Did you get high already, Jaffe? Are you fucked?
I am fucked.
It's pretty blitz, man. So am I too, actually.
I'm on my 5th beer, dog. I'm out here. I was like, I'm gonna power through. I got 3 right here.
Oh, we need pizza though. Fuck, we need pizza.
You know what sounds
When
good right now?
Eat pizza. We could set this up so
Stuffed
people
crust.
can send tech and Gene and me food. They have.
No,
a
I'm
thing
good
where-
on food, but this feels like a cut from Half Baked. That old.
Oh yeah.
True.
You know?
Gene, let me
Oh,
ask
yeah.
you something. Do you think one of the most significant forms of anime, or sorry, one of the most significant scenes in anime is the Evangelion scene where he's sitting in the chair, or do you think it is for that episode? Sorry, fuck. I am so fucked. Anyways,
buddy.
in Evangelion, do you think
Yeah,
the
no,
most
the chair.
significant scene is the chair scene, or do you think it's the potential
Poncho
sexual
get a
assault at
question
the
asked?
hospital scene?
The hospital,
Yeah.
baby.
All right, so
He knows.
You're good, Poncho.
Yeah. See you later.
It's the
Yeah.
hospital.
Yeah.
See you, Pancho.
Good guys.
I'm so fucked up. I'm so mad that they changed that fucking subtitle in the Netflix version, dude.
Did they?
I'm so fucked up is the best fucking writing ever, man. As he's like looking down at his fucking cum stained hands.
Yep.
And he's saying, I'm so fucked up. That's the kind of shame that gooners don't have, you know. But Shinji didn't fucking have shame either. And look what happened.
Yep.
The world fucking ended.
Is he the same kind of fellow that's the protagonist of No More Heroes 1 and 2?
No. He's the complete opposite of the protagonist of No More Heroes.
Yeah.
Do you think
have you ever heard the
much credit for simply ripping off Tarantino poorly?
No More Heroes?
I don't know. I'm just
well, Evangelion. Have you ever heard the phrase "get in the robot"? Get in the fucking robot.
I have, yeah.
Yeah, they're saying that to the protagonist of Evangelion because he's too scared to get in the robot. Like Evangelion is like an inverse of like mech like anime where it's like other people are like, well, like they were always like spiritual and they had a lot of good lessons, but like the protagonist of Evangelion just didn't want to fucking do it, and like that was the whole story. And it caused a lot of problems that he wouldn't do it. But then when he did, it caused even more problems. So.
Let's get full weeb here. Do you think?
No, let's not.
Eureka 7 was a ripoff of Evangelion?
We should have a watch party with to show Jaffe. Evangelion,
I would love that, but not on this show.
Well, not here, not on this show.
We gotta test the water, see if the audience is like interested.
The waters are getting lower because.
All right, one last question. You're right. 7 was a ripoff of Evangelion. Eureka 7.
Oh, I didn't watch that. No.
Hey,
never mind. All right, not a true weeb.
I'm not that big a weeb. Yeah,
he's from Guam, not from
2 a.m. We are going to talk about whatever you want to talk.
When did you leave Guam?
So if it turns out you want to call into the show and talk
2006.
Tech, shh, big voice.
You're high.
Shh. If you want to call into the show, we would love to have your calls. The link is at the top of the YouTube right now. And you can call in on camera or not, doesn't matter, and talk to one of the greatest, one of the most influential video game designers to come out of America. That's me. And there's Gene Park, the best. And I don't care what they say about little Jason Schreier. He's a yellow gonzo journalist, and I don't trust him.
He is the most consequential journalist, definitely for sure. I'm the best writer.
He's the most what?
Consequential journalist. When he reports on things, people move and shake and everything like that.
I tell you some stories, Gene, offline about that's what you just said to me in my brain.
Sure.
It's some inside basketball, but it's off the record. But I don't like him. I call him little Jason Schreier. Humiliate him and make him feel like a fool. I don't like him. But that said, Gene Park, the best writer in the business.
I'm the best writer. I'll say I will happily make that claim. So.
And you bring more personal insight, but you still do a professional review, and that's rare. Yeah. Some people go too far in each direction, but you're
Roger Ebert is my hero. Yes. So. Yes. Every time I feel stuck on like what I need to write, I just go read an old review of his to light that fire under my ass. And
would you like to know how I'm privileged, but at the same time sad?
Sure.
Roger Ebert's book, the one he wrote before he died, sort of his autobiography, is both one of the best written, joyous books I've ever read, and one of the most boring pieces of shit, and I still can't finish it because he will break up these brilliant chapters. Have you read it?
No, I haven't read it actually.
Oh,
Maybe I should buy it right now. Actually,
it's wonderful. But he, when he's talking about his life or movies or being a kid, it's wonderful. But then he just kind of branches into weird shit, man. Listen to this. JSD says, Gene, you remind me of Wesley Snipes.
there you go.
Goddamn right.
You know what's going on. Life
Anyway,
itself, a memoir. Okay.
I don't understand, Tech. Why don't people call into this show? We want you on the show. I don't know how many ways to say
You want to hear the skinny?
I don't know how much.
I'll give you the skinny, Jaffe. I'll give you the answer.
Call into this show right now.
This is exactly why.
Gene Park is here.
You hear what I'm saying? You asked a question.
I didn't ask it to you.
You did. You said, Tech, I don't understand why don't they call into the show? And then I was going to answer it. And the reason I don't call into the show is because you give a point that someone might want to grab onto, but then you're like, you want me to talk about my depression and also like why I'm like, spoiled because I'm white and rich?
I didn't say it was because I was white. It's because
that's what it was interpreted as. All right. We read between the lines. You need to give a subject that they can grab onto and then stick with it for a moment so they can have the time to call in, log into the fucking site.
Everybody, if you don't call in, text, you're going to let him be right. Where can you watch Colin arguing with the guy on the CLS, the CLS channel?
See how you just switched to a new thing? That's what you just did.
That's why. No, you can just watch it on Smash JT's channel, which fucked up my algorithm. That's for damn sure.
Oh, did it really?
Oh, true. Me too.
Yeah.
What kind of stuff are you getting?
I mean, let me see. Let me pull up my YouTube right now and tell you. A new Halo game revealed, and a lot of body cam footage because I love that shit. Oh my god, I can't get fucking because I grew up in a generation of cops. Yeah. So I hate fucking cops, but I will always watch an episode of Cops or body cam footage of people going fucking crazy and getting arrested or whatever. Oh, Jaffe, show them. Oh, Bunny's gone. Never mind.
Show them what? Show them what?
The little country music video, but we'll do it next time when Bunny's here. I want to impress Bunny. So.
Aww.
Yeah, she's worth impressing. She's great.
Yeah. So my YouTube is the Joe is Hungry YouTube channel. That guy fucking rules. And an LSM.
Your algorithm, okay.
Yeah, no, my algorithm's actually fine. Actually, oh fuck. Oh wait, no. I was gonna say, oh god, there's some Smash JT, but it's fucking like it's this fucking show with JT's fucking face on it.
Yeah. I watched the JT video and the what's up next on YouTube was why women don't belong in gaming was the next video I recommended. I was like, well,
audience, it's Friday night. You're watching two very high gentlemen in Tech Protect.
I'm drunk.
We are here to make you feel better. We'll talk about whatever you want to talk about in the chat. We'll take your phone calls. But this is your time. Make yourself a little cup of cyanide. Sit back on the porch. I swear to God, I'm not high. Oh, wait.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was good for you. By the way,
this is why I love playing video games when I'm high, because like when I hear huh? What?
You play games when you're high.
Yeah, I hear sounds and I'm just like, man, I feel like I'm so immersed in the fucking game.
Yeah, let's play it. What do you want?
Do you know Jaffe doesn't eat meat, by the way? Gene?
I don't.
Yeah, is he vegan or vegetarian?
Vegetarian.
Vegetarian.
Yeah. Okay, although for a goal, he did go ahead and he went and ate a 4-piece KFC meal.
Oh God! Oh, Gene, it was so rubbery.
So you don't eat meat because are you disturbed about the idea of eating an animal? Yeah. Yes. Okay.
I mean, I also don't happen to like the way they're treated, and I don't, blah blah blah.
Sure.
But the main thing isn't that though. The main thing, honestly, is I just find it so disgusting and distasteful.
Yeah.
At a conceptual level, even though I know that I'm the broken one. We're meant. Either I'm more evolved or less evolved, or I'm just broken. But I get that I'm in the minority.
I love that our backgrounds are completely different because I'm here's more Gene Park lore for the chat here. But I grew up cockfighting.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Can we see a demonstration real quick? Is that that in the cards?
Yeah. No, like I literally grew up cockfighting. In Guam. There's a huge cockfighting culture, and so I used to just love, like as a little kid, as a fucking like 5-6 year old, I'd be like drooling at the mouth, be like, fuck yeah, fuck that chicken up, and then they would fucking kill each other, and then we would eat the chickens afterward, because they're fucking dead. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Let us eat the meat.
Okay, so what are you saying?
Different.
I just said
I brought up in a completely different environment where when I see an animal, I'm like, yummy, I'm going to eat that.
I don't even think your environment. I think that's the natural arc of just being alive.
Oh,
I don't even think you have to come from a certain culture. I think it's just like we are carnivores.
I just realized I'm 28, and I could not for the life of me tell you what someone from Guam is called, because like someone from Japan is Japanese.
Guamanian is like the regular term, but then there's
Pacific Islander.
Is Chamorro, but like since I'm full Korean, so I'm Guamanian. But then there is a natural people there called Chamorros, and they're part of like a larger like Micronesian area or whatever. And Hawaii is Polynesia.
Speaking about Korea, did you see
no
who's that comedian? He's the Korean guy, and he has a
Bobby Lee.
Bobby Lee.
I love Bobby Lee.
See that post from Bobby Lee where he was like on his live stream and he was talking about how like, oh yeah, Koreans, we didn't have like slavery. We're not those type of people. And then it's like they Googled it and it's like Korea actually had the longest form of slavery ever in recorded history for over 1,500 years.
So fucking funny. I wish I knew Bobby Lee. I know a lot of famous people. So another fun Gene Park lore. Well, first let me finish my cockfighting story real quick.
Yeah.
So I grew up cockfighting, and then I did get a baby chick one time from my best friend as a gift, where he was going to be like, here you go. You're going to race this and you're going to make a lot of money. But I didn't want, although I enjoyed the sight of chickens killing each other, I didn't want to own a chicken that would get killed. So I raised a chicken as my own, and his name was Buck, because Buck.
Now see here, Gene. Loca Zoe, I sent a message specifically to you.
Mm-hmm.
Can you read the audience the question?
Gene, I'm from Punching Up, the Punching Up audience. What the fuck is this, and why do I love it? This is like, I don't really like talking about video games sometimes. I'd rather talk about fucking cockfighting, or other shit,
Speaking of cockfighting, Jaffe, what kind of pizza do you want from Domino's?
Oh, Domino's. That's so bad.
You don't like Domino's? It's who delivers to us the closest. I can get 7-Eleven. I can get 7-Eleven pizza. You want 7-Eleven pizza?
No, because Sarah likes Domino's, right?
Yeah.
My name is Buck, and I like
if you would please get me just a cheese pizza with the stuffed crust cheese.
Okay, that comes only as a medium. Is that all right?
That's fine, but throw in an order of parm bites.
Parm bites. All right, King, you got this. All right, you guys hold it down. I'll be back.
Thank you much, Otto. That's nice. Did you answer that guy, Gene? He says he's from Punching Up. Why does he love it?
Yeah, because this is the energy that you get, like that you miss from Constellation. I saw a comment. The comments have been so lovely for this show, by the way. Like under your channel, they're so nice. Like I've never seen.
All because of Eugene. Trust me, they ain't nice.
That's a crazy thing. They're like, oh, finally some good fucking content from Jaffe. I was like, what the fuck else on this goddamn channel?
Well, people didn't like it when I started doing that show Madhouse. They got very upset with me. So anyway,
yeah. I didn't know that just ended right before we started this one. So that's interesting. But what was I gonna fucking say? But like Constellation, we miss that energy. And it's like someone left a comment to say, this is like what Constellation would have been like off the wheels or whatever. And it's like, that was so. Constellation is a now defunct show on Last Stand Media for folks who don't know. And it was supposed to be a conversational podcast for any kind of topic. But the thing I didn't like, though, is that each of the 4 guests would have to bring up their own topic of their own. And a lot of and this was kind of Colin's problem with it, too, is that a lot of the topics were kind of like, what's our favorite hot dog? Or like, what do we like to put in our sandwiches? As opposed to like, holy shit, that fucking submarine killed like 5 people underneath or whatever like that. Or can you believe what fucking Trump is doing? Like, it wasn't like very like up-to-date conversational. It was more like, what's your dream job or whatever like that. So it's like that kind of killed like the potential and like kind of like the manic energy that I think that Jaffe and I are able to kind of tap into, because right now we're not locked into any kind of topic. We just run from cockfighting to this to gooning to Halo to wherever, you know. So I hope you enjoy that.
This isn't this show though. If you're watching, this is not. This is just. I think, Gene, it might be a good idea.
Oh yeah, this is not this is the after show. You're in
the after show. We're gonna start making the after show members only. Not tonight though, because I don't know if I have that function yet. But YouTube's rolling it out because I don't want people to get confused. The show Gaming Exposed is people, me and Gene, talking about video games.
More structured, yes. We actually talk about video games, although video games. Well, I think the Gooner Gate thing was. Also,
I think it was, yeah,
was related too. You know, because it's like it's about lonely men, and it's about like activities that you do by yourself, and you just want to like engross yourself in it, immerse yourself in. And
yeah,
some people lose themselves in video games. You know, have you ever been like really badly addicted to a video game? Like it was a problem. Like things start to badly.
No, I mean, no, I haven't. The closest I've come, but it never veered into anything but joyful. Was one of my just happiest moments of, you know, I don't mean this like it sounds pathetic, but one of my happiest pop culture moments of the last 10 years, whatever, was working at Bartlett Jones, and I would go out and get lunch and I would bring it back to my desk and putting my headphones on and just getting lost in like 4 to 6 rounds of Hearthstone. And I would look through all the cards, you know.
That's not that bad, yeah.
No, I mean, it was joyful. I
just enjoying the game a lot, yeah.
Yeah, but in terms of addictive, no.
Yeah, like the chat saying any MMO
unless chasing after women that aren't interested in anything other than just being friends. I was really good at that as a kid.
Yeah.
But I finally think I took a pill for that when I got to college.
The friend zone, yeah, that was tough. So Krodok says any MMO player is, yes. Final Fantasy 14 was mine. I was playing it for about 2 months, and it was destructive. I would go to work late. Work would be asking me what the fuck was wrong with me. I didn't work as much. My girlfriend fucking dumped me during it, and I just like stopped showering, and I wasn't eating that much. Like I was like in the game state, like the goon state, but for Final Fantasy 14. And then I finished it, and I was like, I'm not gonna fucking return this fucking game ever again. This was actually physically more destructive to my life, literally, than crystal meth. Meth didn't do when I smoked meth. My boss wasn't like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" He was like, "Keep up the good work." You know.
Gene.
Yes.
Will you take the show for about 5 minutes? I have to open the door for my dog. And take
Yeah.
I'm shit in grass.
I'm doing it here. Yeah. Well,
I know you are. Okay, Gene, I'll be back.
Let's talk about the game state, anyways, man. Yeah. So, Final Fantasy 14 fucked my life up, man. It totally did. Like I lost my girlfriend. That was embarrassing, dude. I couldn't even believe it. And she's cool. She's actually coming to visit me in December, which is going to be great. And hopefully we can reconnect nicely. But that was in 2013. Actually, yeah. When I was addicted to FF14, it was about 2013. Metal Blade, welcome to this. Welcome to the membership. I appreciate you. We appreciate you joining us. TGM, you asked me, first of all, you asked me TGM, what are my top, well, I think I answered it in the fucking chat. It's Winter Soldier, Spider-Man 2, Dark Knight. And you asked me now, can I convince Jaffe to play Red Dead 2? Why doesn't he play Red Dead 2? Never tried an MMO? Don't. It's really addictive. But fortunately, if you're not really into that shit, then it's really easy to not play them. That's a good thing. So Final Fantasy 14 fucking like turned me off to MMOs forever. And yes, I understand Heaven's Word is like arguably the best Final Fantasy story of all time. I'm a little scared to go back to it. It's why I haven't drank alcohol in 8 years. It's also why I haven't played Final Fantasy 14 in like 12 years. Play Genshin instead. Genshin was a problem for a while. But the other game where I was seriously deeply addicted, and this was for years, and this is going to might be a surprise, it was fucking Fortnite. I was addicted to Fortnite really, really bad. I've spent, yes, Metal Blade game member. Shout out to him.
Thank you, Metal Blade. We appreciate it, buddy. Welcome.
Fucking Fortnite. I've spent thousands of fucking dollars of Fortnite like it was a hooker, you know? Like
on skins?
On skins. I have so many fucking skins, you know?
Let me ask you this. Let's talk about video. You know much about the game business?
The game business? What do you mean?
You go talk. I'm sorry.
Fortnite, yeah. So one time, you know, I really wanted to like log off. You know, I just wanted to like get offline. You know, like I've been like being online is so fucking toxic. So like around like 2018 or whatever like that, and this is like I feel like online has been bad since like 2015, 2016, and by 2018 I kind of hit a limit, and I was like, I just told my boss, I was like, look, man, I need to actually like literally go to the fucking mountains and like to like log off for a while. He was like, you need to do that. So I called up the Catholic monks here who have a property up in the hills, and I rented a lodge there to live among the deer with no internet, no food other than the food that I brought with me, and I just have to walk like a nice little hike if I just wanted to get back to civilization. But there's just like no internet whatsoever. And I just had to bring a book, and I just had my phone with me, of course, just in case. And it was great. I stayed there for about 4 days. You know what I fucking did? I played fucking Fortnite on my phone there, you know, because I needed to do my dailies. So it was ridiculous. I was like supposed to be meditating. I was supposed to be praying, you know, among the monks. But instead, I was just diddling my phone to make sure that I was getting my dailies all day. So. It's so I've had problems with addiction before. That's where you see like I fiend for cigarettes, you know. I have a pack of fake cigarettes here that I like to hold into my mouth. But when I do it, this is like theater cigarettes. When I do it, it just makes me want to smoke more because I look so fucking cool, you know.
But it's not a real cigarette.
Not a real cigarette. You know,
that looks cool.
Well, it does look fucking cool, doesn't it? You know,
people look cool when smoke comes out of their mouths because you're like a dragon.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly Jaffe. This is why you and I are friends. That's exactly what I fucking say to other people. It's like I love feeling like a fucking dragon. You know?
Are we friends?
Yeah, I like.
Can we do each other's hair?
I'm motherfucking smog. You know, when I smoke.
What? Oh, smog. I thought you said small.
Smog, the fucking Lord of the Rings dragon or the Hobbit dragon.
Isn't it Smaug?
Smaug? Yeah, probably.
People
vaping nicotine is the only thing I can't give up, Tom. So when I had cancer, I was actually vaping in the hospital, and I had to hide it from my nurses. And one time, like he saw it on my he saw my Juul charging on my laptop, and he was like, "Oh man, is that like for like really good internet?" I was like, "Oh yeah, totally." And he was like, "Oh, can I try it real quick?" And I was like, "No, you can't. Like this is like it has like top secret Washington Post information." And I'm like dying like sickly like of cancer. I was like protecting my fucking vape, you know. Like this was like when I was like literally at my worst. Like I was like a couple weeks away from dying or whatever, you know. I'm like, no, you can't touch my vape. But then my oncologist came in and he saw the vape and he was like, "I know what that is." And he was like, "Gene, you need to stop smoking that right now. If you're gonna do that, it's better to smoke real cigarettes." And he says, "Don't do that when you're doing chemotherapy because the chemicals in that shit is gonna counteract the chemotherapy, and that's how fucking strong that is." And I was like, "Is that true?" He was like, "Just fucking trust me." And I was like, "All right." Scared the shit out of me. So I just stopped vaping altogether, and I was so fucking angry every day because I was going insane without nicotine, you know. I still am. I would love nicotine right now. You know what's really depressing?
The state of the world.
No, the fact that when I had cancer, this is gonna be such a downer, guys. I'm so sorry. This is what happens when I get high too. When I had cancer, I was actually looking forward to knowing what day I die so I can go to the store and buy a fucking pack of cigarettes and smoke it all right there because that wouldn't care, and I'd be like, "Fuck yeah, I'm smoking again." Get in the smoke state, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Somebody in the chat says no, it's not cool to smoke. I'm not saying it's cool to smoke, but I do think the idea of having this thing in your mouth and then fire and smoke come out. I added the fire part. There's no fire. You're doing it wrong if you got fire. Point is, I like the iconography of it, the imagery of it. Not just like, oh, you're cool if you smoke a cigarette, but dragons have been cool since the first fucking person came up with the idea for a dragon. So, you know, tip of the hat. Come on now. Come on, Gene. How high can we get before we learn what this 3A1 Atlas comet thing is?
Another fun story. I actually almost worked at the New York Times one time.
Daily news.
I applied to a job there at the New York Times, and I didn't get it because you know what? You know why I didn't get the job? Because during a lunch break, because if I did that, maybe I probably would have been there, you know.
What was the reason you didn't get
the reason why is because during our lunch break, because these job interviews take all day. They're a whole day event, right? During the job interview, during the lunch hour, I said, okay, well, let me go get some lunch. And then when I went downstairs to get some lunch, I smoked a cigarette, and they told me we didn't like it that you smoked a cigarette. I'm just like, what are your best ways?
You're not going to like the lawsuit even more.
I was like, what? I was like, we just don't think it's a good fit, and also we didn't like the fact that you went and smoked a cigarette. I was like, dude, one of your best reporters like of the 21st century was an admitted like a very public heroin addict.
Clark Kent.
Yeah,
he's not real. But Gene, now, did you see that documentary about the New York Times? This guy died. He was like homeless, almost homeless, heroin guy. Got himself out, became a reporter.
Yeah, that's exactly the guy I'm talking about, David Carr.
Oh yeah, that was a great movie. Did you see that movie?
Yeah, I read his book. It's probably what the movie is based on. But yeah, the book is very famous. It's an inspirational tome for young rock star journalists, like myself. So
you think you're the last rock star journalist in this town? I think you are.
I'm one of the more famous ones, that's for sure. But you all fucking know who I am, right?
Let me ask you a question, Gene.
Yes, sir.
I don't know. Hang on. Look, Tech Protect's here. What's happening?
Texture's in bed.
I'm back.
He's gooning.
Did you get pizza?
I'm
back. Smash JT tweeted about us. God damn it.
Tech, we can't hear you, buddy. It's breaking up, man. JT did who now? We can't hear you, Tech. We cannot hear you.
Real. What fucking moment, huh?
No one
I
can.
said like 3 syllables.
No one can hear you. It's stuttering. You're just come in here. No, we can't hear what you're saying. I'm high.
Yeah, JT tweeted about us.
What's your little laugh there? What did JT say?
Oh, he says, what the fuck am I even watching? They only care about how much money I make, completely ignoring the purpose of the conversation with Colin and the massive problems.
Yeah, you got to smash JT, you fucking imbecile.
Jaffe over here, like, my money is. I'm like, what we had that conversation, dude. Oh my god.
Listen, Smash.
Yeah.
Can I call you Smash? No, I would say come in here, but I don't want you in here because of what you did with the trans thing. What's going on?
It's like $80.
Well, okay. You have my credit card?
You want to spend $80 on pizza?
Wait, we're spending. What are we ordering? Gold pizza? Because gold's expensive.
2 pizzas?
Hang on a minute.
Mm-hmm. Wait, what's going on?
He wants to mute our pizza order.
No, just talk.
2 pizzas, parm bites, and the lava cakes for Sarah.
How many lava cakes?
It's the smallest order.
And that's $80.
Yeah,
that's too much money for pizza.
That's what I'm saying.
Get 7-Eleven pizza.
Let's get 7-Eleven pizza.
I'm spending $80 on 2 pizzas.
Help us out.
Help us afford some 7-Eleven pizza. Can we get a $20 super chat for some 7-Eleven pizza?
Smash JT's talking about us.
Fuck you. Smash.
So wait. So there's the babies. I have 2 dogs with me. Come on now. So yeah, $80 for pizza, Gene. That's a highway robbery.
That's a lot of pizza. I haven't.
But what about what you were just talking about? It was interesting, but I forgot.
I don't know. I got derailed because JT's doesn't.
Oh yeah, what is he saying about us?
He says they only care about how much money I make, completely ignoring the purpose of the conversation with Colin, which is exactly what we talked about. So I don't know what's going on. It's crazy.
The purpose that's like a gorilla at the zoo that does silly things for peanuts, complaining that the people won't sit and discuss Kierkegaard philosophy. It's like, Smash, your conversation with Colin The only point was to show kids you need to stay in school, even if it's online Khan Academy, because that's where you're going. What other point did you have? What do you want us to talk about?
Mm-hmm.
How you sounded stupid, a lot?
Reading my mentions on Twitter. Oh man, it'd be crazy, dude. What if Halo 5 or Halo campaign evolved runs better on the PS5 than it does on the Xbox? That's gonna be such a fucking disaster, dude. If that happens.
Those same people who don't know who Smash JT is.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the number of people that really care what it runs better on.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hate.
Yeah, but those small number of people are gonna throw such a shit fit about it though. It's gonna be so like I fucking hate this culture that we're in right now. We're like, oh man, I can't wait till the chuds think about what they're gonna think about this, or oh man, I can't wait till the purple hair people think about this. And it's like we just live in like this stupid culture of like taking W's and like even JT was talking about that. He's like, like look at Sir Connor trying to make a W over the internet. It's like that's not what life is all about though. It's. So
Smash JT, he's that little boy who died of cancer.
What?
Who's that?
Smash JT, the guy that we were talking about earlier.
This whole time I thought you were talking about Mr. T.
No, I'm not Mr. T. Oh my God.
Very confused.
Yeah.
Listen, though.
The campaign is no multiplayer. Yeah. There's only campaign. Yeah.
I don't like that guy. Because, I just don't like people like that. It's like liking a Nazi. Because when you retweet someone saying you want to get rid of an entire group of people because you don't like them, and you retweet it, which suggests a probable support of that idea.
Yeah. Well, it's stupid to even call it like it's not a trans ideology. Trans is an identity.
Right, I know.
Trans. Oh yeah, I'm not telling you. I'm just fucking like wailing. Of course you know. Of course you know. Of course, love to all my trans friends. I love. Obviously, I have so many trans friends. Love them. I've known about trans people since I was in high school. There was somebody who said that she wanted to go by Claire and just call her, and I was like, sure, why the fuck not? And then just kept on going from there. Wasn't a big deal.
Jolene, damn it. Because, you can be trans and, my son picked the name Calvin. I was like, what the fuck? That's an old man's name. He's just like, I like it.
I want to be Abraham.
Zechariah. Or
Zacharias.
Who's the one that does the plow in the goddamn Coolio song? Jebediah.
Zacharias. Oh, you're going to be a gay guy then. Okay. A gay guy in the theater. All right. We need more of those.
I have no idea what we just said. I think it was funny. I think it's clippable.
Oh boy.
What are you playing this weekend? Can you say?
I actually can't. Because I'm playing a game that is yet to come out, but I will review.
Well, that must be nice for you.
It's a little exhausting, but this is actually a game that I want to play. I've actually been kind of looking forward to this one, so I'm excited for it. You won't be able to guess it. It's actually a weird one. So it's not like it's not like Metroid or like
no, give me a genre. Just give me the genre.
Action.
Okay.
I love how that won't say anything, but yeah. Gene Test Jaffe Gangster. What does that mean? I've never been in a gang, but I did almost try to join the Korean Mafia once. I got invited into it.
How'd that work out?
Because my dad had connections, and then so I hooked up with this guy. Not hooked up, but like when I moved to Hawaii, I connected with this guy who was a BMW salesman.
Oh yeah, the worst.
Exactly, but he also ran an underground gambling ring.
Like at the Arconia.
Yeah. So like for people who've played the Like a Dragon games, like when you see like there's an underground like gambling den, like imagine that but like way smaller. Is that Wesley Snipes? It sure is. And yeah, and then I was drinking with him and singing karaoke with this dude and a couple of his buddies that were also Korean mafia too. And one day I was just in a pisser with them, and they were like, "Gene, we like you.
We like you a lot.
We want you to go in and help us run this room, this cards room." And I was like, you know what? I'm still trying to like get a job like regularly, so let me try to figure that out. I also got offered to be a mule for meth too, but that didn't happen either. I could have made $10,000 a month, which is a lot of money back then. Do I have all my fingertips? I sure do. There you go. I know.
I'm getting something for you.
Yeah.
I am stoned, but that's not the point.
But yeah. So that was my closest run-in with like the Korean mafia. I'm still friends with them. I did stop hanging out with them one time though, because like they're such misogynistic assholes. Like, Jaffe, have you ever hung out with just a bunch of people who hate women like all the time? Like, we just be trying to hang out with girls, and they just be talking shit to the women all the time. And I was just like, dude, I'm so fucking tired of this, guys. You guys are such assholes. I can't stand this. And there was one night where I was just like, I'm leaving. I can't. As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
I know. Gene, I'm gonna I need you to go on a website. Can you do this, please?
What is it?
Go to crowdparty.app and you'll see join game.
Join game.
Click that, and then it's asking you for a number, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm going to DM you this number because I'm going to let the audience do it too, but you have to be a member. So hang on.
Is it a?
No, it's a quick game. It's not going to dominate our brain pans.
Yeah. Well, are you going to send it to me on Discord or Twitter? Or?
Oh, I have to send. Did I don't know. Hang on.
Is it on Twitter? No.
It will be on Twitter. Okay. Did you get it? Oh shit! I just sent that to Alana Pierce.
What the holy shit, dude? What the fuck?
No, did you get the number?
No, where?
I did send it to Gene Park on your DM.
Which is okay? Here we go. Okay, I was like,
Oh,
do I gotta fucking ask Alana now?
Oh, man.
I have her on Discord. I don't have her number or anything.
Can I go outside?
All right.
Okay, so did you go to that location?
Yeah, I'm logging in. Guess.
All right, Gene is in. Now, here's what we're doing, folks. We're going to play a 12-question video game logo trivia thing.
All righty.
But only... Oh, I'll just play it with Gene first, and I'll show you. Let's see if Gene's smarter or I'm smart. Let me share the screen.
I like this music.
That's chill, baby.
Yeah, it's very Wii like, you know. Just
it rhymes. It's like the Star Wars trilogy.
It's got a beat. It's got a little beat to it.
Okay. Okay. All right. Here we go. You ready to start, Gene?
Let's go. Yeah. Okay.
Guess the video game logo. Well, I don't know yet.
What the fuck?
Oh, based on this. Oh, I see.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, obviously.
I'm ahead. I'm Gerard Noe.
What the fuck?
My kid loves MCR.
Okay. What the hell? Oh, okay. God damn it. I'm losing.
You got to come on, Gene. Let's go. Get in the game, baby.
I didn't know that like I'm being timed.
Well, you're not, but if you get it faster, I guess you are.
Yeah. Wait, I fucking tapped it. There you go. There you go.
Bitch. Now they just throw in this random mini game that has nothing to do with it.
What the fuck is this?
It's so dumb.
What the fuck is this WarioWare ass shit, dude? What is mines? What do I click? Oh, I'm supposed to be clicking shit?
Yeah. If you want to play this game with me and Gene, it'll cost you $4. Shut up. No, you shut up. Gerard Way takes the lead again.
Oh, god damn it.
There's the video game logo. Well, I suppose we'll do that now.
I got it wrong. Oh, wait, no. I got it right.
There. I believe Gene Park is pulling into the lead now as we roll in the tournament. We have the what happened next round?
There you go.
What is Colin?
Colin is here, yeah.
Okay. Guess the game logo.
Yeah, who the fuck is here? What the fuck?
Hang on. Oh,
it's a little scary.
Maybe it's not. It's this one. It's this one.
I think I got it wrong. Oh, I totally got it wrong. Fuck.
I did too. I thought I. Oh shit.
I'm cooked. Oh, we all got it wrong. Okay, good.
Oh. But they also just have different It's a really good website. Check.
Jesse said we had the code on screen, so that's why someone joined, though. That's
yeah. Well, good for you, pal. See, then you can make your own trivia, but look at all these questions. Look at all these quizzes.
This is pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Asian Heritage Month. You want to go head to head on that? You know what, though? I will tell you something. There's a Korean romantic comedy, The Extraordinary Woo, Attorney Woo. Have you seen that?
No.
Oh, it's such a gateway into, like, I don't even know, is it soap operas or what? There's so many of those like Netflix romance series that come out of South Korea. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
I don't know what they're called, Gene, but they're good.
I don't watch well on Netflix. I still need to watch K-pop Demon Hunters. Apparently that's the shit.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
Gene the Bean. Now,
I should probably log off soon, right? I think I'm ready to goon.
No
gooning hour.
Oh, wait a minute. I want to. Okay, we're gonna let's wrap it up, but let's not do the high again unless we do it in an after party. How about
high
that?
again,
like taking dope.
Oh yeah. Unless we do unless we plan an after party.
Yeah, I like that idea.
I was having fun tonight though, so that's like
me too. I was gonna say thank you guys so much, Gene.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys. You guys hung out with us the whole time. That's crazy. Even though one day we were doing fucking nothing.
I know it's the Seinfeld. Yeah. All right, Gene. Have a good, safe week. I will see you on Wednesday. Okay.
Thanks so much for hanging out, guys. Really appreciate all the love and support. And you have a good weekend too, Jeffy.
Thank you, bud. You too. Now I just got to figure out how to turn this goddamn thing off. Hang on, Gene. Wait, do I press this button? All right, Gene. I'm just going to end it. I don't know any other way to do it. So literally, thanks, man. I'll talk to you soon when I'm a little less high.
Yeah, for sure, man. Good times. Oh, we got another super chat.
Hey, thank you, JSD, and all the great super chats and members. Thank you guys tonight for supporting the show. It means a great deal. In fact, don't forget Friday, I'll be in a Halloween costume, TBD, but Gene will be in a Halloween costume.
I will, yeah. If I don't get it by the time, I'm definitely gonna go out to Party City and
he's gonna dress up as Hanako. Type in Silent Hill F, you'll know what we're talking about.
Schoolgirl, at least. So.
All right, see you guys. Bye, everybody. Bye, Gene.
Yes, guy.